guys, Ramblin Bob here again with another update with the E3600LFP by Pecron. This system for me has been an absolute beast, an absolute monster. It's everything that I needed so far in a system all wrapped into one. Now I'm getting my other batteries hopefully this week. I'm hoping they show up this week. I did order them a few weeks ago, so I was a little bit further down. You know, when they had that sale for was it $8.99? That's the time frame when we ordered too. So I tried something different this morning. I've been working on the system like round the clock now, just to see if I can tweak it in any way to even make it better than what it is. I mean, it's been fantastic. The covers are back. The power is definitely there. I haven't used more than 50% of the inverter yet. I think I got to, let's see, output, I think we reached like 600 watts or something like that. Like nothing, guys. We haven't even used this thing yet. It's not even broken in. Okay, but here's something I wanted to try today. So I had two REC panels, more with solar, because this has a monster solar system in it. It's unbelievable how much power you can put in this thing. And I'm talking like possibly, I think it's 4,000 watts total when you use the batteries as chargers too. 400 watts each battery is 1600 plus 2400 on the inputs up here. That would be 4000, and then if you utilize, which I don't recommend, but you could, another 150 here. That's 4550 watts that you could put in the system. That is an absolute beast. So how I had it before was I had two REC 400 watt panels in series here, and they were coming in at about 80 volts. The sun is still coming up. It's only 8:39 a.m. in the morning, so I wanted to do this. Also, this doesn't make any beeping noises that I heard when it starts, so that's awesome. That's awesome. It's a big question for a lot of people is, do you want to hear like the Oukitel P2001 guys? It was going beep click beep click, and it drove us nuts. That was the first system where we found out that it had the morning click, we called it. And it's very irritating, and it kind of wakes you up when you're sleeping. So I have it set up right now to two REC 400s and two REC 400s. So, I'm sorry, that's what I had it set up for. So what I did is, because these are 20 amp inputs and the RECs in series there, I think is 9.8, I was doing some thinking, I did the math, and I thought, well, darn, I could run this on one channel or one port all the way in through one MPPT, which means I could really max out this one. Now the most I've had was about, I think, 1260 watts on both, because I had 800, right? And you don't actually get the 800, and then depending on how your panels are, ours are kind of preset at a certain thing angle, so certain times of the year it's not as good, and sometimes it's perfect. You know, that's just the solar panels for you. Unless you have an array that kind of auto adjusts like that, that's a lot of money, so we didn't get that. What I did is I put all four in what's known as series parallel. So that's two solar panels like this, two solar panels like this, and then those two series come together into parallel like that. So that would be 1600 watts at just under 20 amps. So that would be, let's see, like 19.8 amps. And you're seeing it live here for the first time. I'm trying this in real time. I got 417 watts coming in so far. Like I said, this is 8:40 in the morning, so that's a great number for this early in the morning of this time of year for us. So each person has a different result for solar, but you're going to watch this go up in real time. And then the really nice thing is when you click on the solar, that's solar, and then that's AC and DC. So you click on the solar, and then it shows you each string. Isn't that cool? It breaks it down for you, the voltage, the amps, and the watts in real time, so you can see it. That way you don't have to guesswork. So this is a 6 string of Harbor Freight panels, and they're not producing any power yet because the sun is just not quite there. They're almost getting there, but the shade of the building is just on these panels. Excuse me, but that cough never went away yet. Okay, so 57.5 open voltage on, or actually working voltage on the 600 watts of Harbor Freight, so I'm expecting that to go up. And then notice that this one is at 524, 5.5 amps at 77.2 voltage. Now that's working voltage. The open voltage is right around 80. But these panels are not fully exposed to the sun yet, and then these are not fully exposed, so we have to wait. And I wanted to do this kind of in real time. I might take little breaks in between just to see how long the video is. But notice that we're getting already 400, and was it 425 before, so it's 416. So that's we're struggling with the time and the sun. But I wanted to have it to where the sun is absolutely like in its beginning, and then I'd like to do it during the peak. So I'd like to have more of the power run through the meter up here, as opposed to going through the back door through the battery. So we're gonna do this in real time. We're gonna see how the system reacts. And guys, the last video that I did, I noticed that when I charged the GoPro in through this, and then I touched the system, I created a static loop or something because the system is not grounded. So it picked up on the microphone. So I apologize for that. I didn't realize that until I went back and watched the video, and then I saw I heard the kind of weird buzzing static noise in the background. So that's what that was. I had to figure that out for myself here. But this is the first 24 hours. Well, this will be the first 48 hours now. Actually, was it 2 or 3 days? Boy, I'm losing track of time, guys. I think it's the 2.5 day. I'm not sure. It might be the 2nd day. So I've been using this round the clock since I got it. I have not paused other than for sleep. I really, this is a good system so far. Everything that I need and everything that we wanted in a system right now. So as you can see, I'm drawing 150 watts. This meter turns orange all the way around. That's 3,600 watts you could peak it to. Guys, we won't come anywhere near that. We don't need the power. We didn't even want the power, but it is nice to have a Lamborghini engine, even though the speed limit is only 60, because you never know. So that is awesome to have that extra power. Not to mention, when an engine has to work only at 50% of its power, like say we use about 1,800 watts on the system, which is probably the most that we're going to use, about 2,000 maybe. That means that the system only has to work at 50 to 60% of its rated output power, which means the engine, if you will, only has to work at its 50, 60%, which means it can idle through it. Imagine a V8 on the freeway doing 50 or 60. It just doesn't care. It's basically idling. It's almost in neutral, cruising at 50, 60. Think of an old Cadillac Brougham or something. I mean, it just waits to get on the freeway and cruise at 50 miles an hour. If you can keep the bumper on the Cadillac, you're doing good. But that's an old joke in itself. Let's see here. The output voltage is still 120, very strong. And that's for the 150 that we're using in the shop here. And then we have the output frequency is still the pure sine wave. If this drops, it lets you know. That's cool. I wish it said 60, but that's okay. 59.9. I don't have I think it's called a oscilloscope. I wish I had one of those. Very expensive tools. And then that can measure the actual real frequency to like a little degree. But I don't think well, maybe down the road, but we never really needed one so far. Being that we have like little kilowatt meters, and they do a pretty good job. They're just not 100% accurate as far as like I think it's called a oscilloscope meter, but Jason White has one on his channel now. They're awesome technology. And that way you can see the cutoff time in the milliseconds and everything. Here's your inverter temp. It's 113 degrees. The AC's on. Be careful of this. This is actually a button here. And if you click that, all your AC will turn off. So when you're in this screen, if you're in, let's say, like DC, if you accidentally click that DC, all this turns off. So just a little warning for that. I found that out by, here, I'll give you a prime example. So the DC is on, and all you got to do is click that and notice that the DC is now off. So even though the rest are not buttons, guys, this is a button over here. If you touch that, see how that popped on, and the temperature popped on right away, and then it shows the voltage. It sets up 13.3, so it's a regulated outlet, and then you click that and you can turn it off. So keep note of that in case you bump it and wonder what happened. This is a button. So I don't think it says that anywhere unless I missed it. Let's see, your AC outlet, same thing, and then here's your inputs over here. None of these are buttons, so you don't have to worry about these. So the AC is not on, and then the DC, none of these are buttons. So very cool, very cool. Here the power is now 464 watts on this first string right here, and we're still waiting for this one to go. But let's see here. I'm gonna put a meter in between that one here just to see. Make sure it's accurate here, because you'd think that there'd be at least 1 watt coming in, but who knows. The sun is strange here. MC4s are sometimes very tough to get apart. I think that's why Jason doesn't like them. He doesn't like getting them apart. Okay, there. So you have to kind of fight them a little bit, especially when they're new, guys. When they're new, they're very, very taut, very tight. So let's see here. I gotta do it again here. Now they make a tool, guys. If you want to buy the tool, Bougerv makes a really cool crimper kit, and a little plastic tool comes in there, and it squeezes those so you can pop it right apart, so you don't have to, you know, hurt your fingers or anything. But now I have a small meter here. This is like 10 bucks, 15 bucks, something like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to use that. If I can put this somewhere here, let's see here. Let's put it here for now. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to interject this in between the 60-volt fence line here. These are actually not on the fence anymore. These are on the ground in the yard there. And then we're going to put that back to this bad boy here. And then we're going to go like this. And we're going to see, as you can see here, we're getting 57.64 open voltage. And this usually doesn't start till, I think, 60. So we'll see in real time now what it's doing. Having these meters on here, guys, unbelievably awesome. It's in real time. It's voltage, amps, and wattage. You're done. Just write it down on a piece of paper. I wish it tracked it, you know, like this had a meter. That would be cool. But yeah, I don't see any power. Let me see if I can get this to stay up here somehow. Let's see here. Yes. Oh, let's go this way. Trying to figure out a way to keep this up here. I don't think this will work. Maybe. There we go. Oh, kinda. Okay, so it kinda works. I think it's too heavy. Dang on it. Okay, there. Oh wait, I think I got it, guys. I think I got it. Let me plug this back in here. All right, there we go. So you can't see the bottom, but the bottom is, remember, it's just buttons, so you don't really need the bottom of that. The top is what you need. So now we have that one string that we have going to the batteries in real time. And then I'm sorry, into this one in real time, and then that's in real time, so we can verify 57.62, 57.9, and notice that that's a little bit off. This one I can't check because this meter is only supposed to go up to 60 volts, and this is already at 75.9. So we're getting 6.7 or 6.7 amps at 500 watts already. So if you go back to the home page, you can see that's coming in nicely. Remember that we peaked out one of these at about 600 and some yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And now we're already at 8:50 in the morning. We're at 522 just for that port now. So remember, the other port's not doing anything as of yet. So this touchscreen, guys, absolutely phenomenal. Like, we don't care for the I think I'm in the wrong one here. DC input. Where am I at here? AC. There we go. Okay. So 523. So it's definitely going up 6.9 amps. I want to see also if these cables can hold the full 20 amps, which is rated for each one of these, and you can do 40 amps if you parallel. That's, wow, that's a scary amount of amps now, and then a scary amount of voltage. So 150 input on either one unless you parallel them, and then that's, I think that stays the same. Let's see, the parallel, the amps go up. Yep, so it'd be 40 amps on one string, and then you could voltage doubles the series doubles the voltage, parallel doubles the amps. Okay, I had to remember that, guys. It's been a while since I had mentioned that. So here, 529. This hasn't started pushing in energy yet, but like I said, those panels are not fully in the sun yet. They're not even partly in the sun. I think the entire building, yeah, it looks like the entire building is still covering the panel. So all you're getting is kind of like, what do they call it? Like residual light, you know, reflective light kind of thing. So it's really not picking up anything yet, but this string is already taken off. This is awesome. So I'm hoping to get this one maybe up to about 1200 and whatever what we had the other day. I think we had 1265 if I remember correctly. A lot of numbers have been going through my head the last couple of days here. If I can get this one string up to that 1200 again, remember you can max out at 1200. So I'll take that 1200 rather than the 1265, because this string was 600 watts of Harbor Freight panels, and it was limited. I lost 200 watts because 200 plus watts because with this going in through the battery, it was capped at 400 watts, and I thought, well, there has to be another way that I can squeeze more. 200 more watts is a lot. So that's another 1 kilowatt a day in solar time. So to me, that's a lot of power. That could be someone's whole power station for that matter. Well, like we have 1 kilowatt systems almost, and then like mostly we have 2 kilowatts, and then we have let's see, we have a 768 and a 600 and a 600, and then other than that they drop down to about 2s and 3s. But the bigger ones are all I think 1.5, which is the E3600LFP, and then they get bigger as they go, the 200s, sorry, 2000s. But yeah. So if you could figure out ways to get, like, that's the game, if you will. That's the catch of solar. You have to tweak your system. You know what I mean? It's like a race car. When you go a race car around a track, you learn after you drive the car. Wow, this system, this car, it reacts better if I go this way, or if I turn this way, or if I accelerate at this time. It's just every single system has little tweaks and things like that, depending on what system you have, what panels you have, what kind of cables you have, how good the copper is inside, if it's tin copper. I mean, there's all kinds of, how much the heat is, what's the length of the run. There's so many variables in a system. It's the same or very similar to a car. Your spark plugs, your gasoline, your spark plug wires, your transmission, your motor. There's so many bits and pieces to the complete system that it has to work in unison so you get the most power, the most efficiency. So that's what you do with a system. So anytime that you get a new system like a solar power, things like that, safely tweak it. Experiment with things, but be safe. If like what I'm doing now, if I can get all that 1200 watts on one string and then up to 600 on one string, I would lose about 60 watts on this, but that's okay because I gain 200 on this string. So where I lose 60, I gain 140. So that's awesome, guys. I think that's a plus. And like I said, if I can gain that extra watts on here, not to mention it shows up here now. Remember, when I go through the batteries, the power goes into the meter, but it doesn't show up on the power input. So the system understands the power is coming in, but the meter does not. It doesn't understand, oh, well, it's kind of like if you had you have a front door on your house and you have guests come in through the back door and nobody's monitoring the back door. The guests are still filling the house, except you don't know that because you don't have a meter on it like the front door if you had a solar house or something like that. But using people as a example here. But here, so 560, 570, I saw it's starting to get up there, guys. We're still using what was it, it always goes to the output, but I suppose that's what it's supposed to do. DC is a DC output, AC output. It always goes to the AC output when I click that, and I think that's a default. Yep. So let's see, what does the other one do? Okay, that's AC output, and the other one goes to, when you click on the solar, the input, it goes to, oh, DC input right there. No. Okay, so it says it's on, but it goes to AC inputs. Isn't it strange? That's kind of strange. You think it would go to that one, which is the DC input, when you click the DC input. But this is also, remember, the AC input as well. So when you click that, the AC input would show up. Oh, wait, holy crap, look at that, guys. Oh, okay, wait, guys, I think I have it figured out. So it goes to whatever you have last clicked. Okay, well, that's something new. So if you had it clicked to this one, to where you have the actual 3 strings separated here, we're almost to 600 watts, by the way. When you go back and you click it again, oh, no, see, it went back. Boy, that's weird. Like, sometimes it goes to that and sometimes it does not. Oh, I get it, guys. Did you see it? I didn't see it. You have to look really close. There's a button on this lower half. See it? See the white bar? And there's a button on the top half. Holy crapzilla, guys. So you can actually pick, these are not one button, but there's actually 2. See, if I hold this down, see the white bar? That's a button on the top that goes to the output, and then the button on the bottom goes to the input. That makes sense, but I didn't see that written anywhere, unless I missed it. So yeah, that's why sometimes it would go to this one and sometimes it would go to that one, depending on if you click it there or the bottom here, which would be the other side of that. Wow, that makes sense now. So you can click right there and go, okay, there you go. I was wondering why sometimes it went to this screen and sometimes it went to the other screen, which is this one. And now I got the answer here. There you go. So you just find out stuff in real time. You just hold that down and you can see that it lights up that button. So even though it looks like one button, that's actually two buttons there. So very cool, very cool. Figuring stuff out in real time here. Hopefully this will start up pretty quick, and then this is still 575. Should I wait till 9 o'clock, guys, and then I'll come back at like 9:15 and do 15-minute increments, or should I do one long video? What do you guys think? I'm kind of known for my long videos because I bamble away. So, but I wanna watch it in real time. That's the thing I like with the unedited and no cuts in it, so you can actually see it in real time. And that way, you know, there's no trickery, or, you know, that's what the system did in real time. You know, when you watch a race, if you go to commercial, you come back and, you know, some NASCAR guy is in front of the other guy. Like, well, what the heck happened? So they have to do a replay. And on this system, we don't have a way to do a replay. So I kind of like that real time thing. Yeah, maybe, so, gosh, I don't know. I'm kind of like, should I just let this play for a couple hours and say nothing and have total silence and just we'll watch it in real time, or do I keep yapping in the background? I'm gonna get some soda pop here because that's my favorite, and we're gonna let it go for a minute or maybe a 30 seconds or so. So let me get some soda pop here and watch the system. That is our favorite, guys, on this channel. Love Dr. Pepper ever since I was a kid, many moons ago. Everyone's got a favorite. Oh, see, was 592, and notice that this voltage is starting to go up here, so we're almost hitting 58. I think it starts charging at 60 according to the panels. I think they're 20, maybe 22 watts a piece, I think, and then it comes in at 60. I don't know. I have to remember the Harbor Freight ones. It's been a while since I've kind of analyzed those. Oh, not to mention, over here we have this is a small array of solar here. Well, it's actually 800 watts, but it's a 48 volt. So I have three different voltages coming in. This is 260 watts. We're going to round it. Yep, 260. And then that's at 34 working. That's actually a 48 volt string, which is 4 Acopower 200 watt panels in the same series parallel. That's what gave me the idea to do this one. Hold on, I gotta sneeze, guys. Okay. I think my workshop is dusty. I think that's why I'm coughing and sneezing. Because it's summertime. Normally you don't get a cold in the summertime. So here, 620 up here and 260. So I'm actually bringing in almost 900 watts at 9 o'clock in the morning. So yes, please. That's awesome. That's awesome. Guys, every time that you reach a new like high record or high score, if you will. I look at these as scores, you know, and you basically want to try to get the best score you can on your system. So 632, you saw that now go up in a few minutes a lot. It went from, I think we started at, was it 500, I think it was, 400, all the way up to 6. So you're seeing that in real time, this panel is starting to gather the sun, if you will. But remember, that's the 4 panels. It's 4 panels like this, and then they're in series, and then those 4 are in parallel like this. So I want to see if that can handle that full 20 amps. And hopefully, I'll get the, let me grab the temp gun too, so I can make sure I can check the heat of these things too. So watch this in real time just for a second while I find the heat gun. Yep, I think that's what it is, guys. I have to re-clean my shop again. It gets dusty every single day, and if you miss a day, it gets double dusty. So it might be it. And then it's a brand new system, so I want to make sure that I don't get the dust in the system as well. Like, dust is a very big thing because you can't see it most of the time, you know, unless you put it like a spotlight on it. You can see it. Like, if you want to totally scare yourself once, grab a flashlight in the dark in a room, and then put the flashlight on sideways so you can see that spotlight beam like you were on a stage, you know, like a singer on a stage, and you can see every dot of stuff, particles in the air that's visible with the naked eye. It's unbelievable how much garbage, if you will, is in the air. Little dust balls and skin cells and all kinds of crazy stuff floating around, and parts of wood if you're working with wood, and metal shavings. You want to keep away from metal shavings with this stuff, guys. That's bad news. But it's amazing of how much stuff is actually floating around. Oh, see, 103 up there. So yeah, the system. But I mean, if you look at it, it's coming in 638 plus another 270, but that's down there. But still, we're getting in it. That's a good chunk of power. Most people don't even get that much power. So very fortunate to be able to have that much power. We did go up 1% so far. And then this is 58.2. So you can see that slowly rising. See, it went up to 58.22. But that's solar, guys. It goes like this. It's, you know, solar's waves. It's very strange to understand, but once you get it, then you're like, okay, in about 5 minutes you're gonna see it, and then next thing you know, it goes like this, and your meter goes off because you understand the pattern of that shadow to light. If you guys ever wanted to know how, like I learned this just randomly. You know, when you have a security system, and you know how you have infrared on the camera, I think it's called, yeah, that night vision. And not infrared, I think it's called night vision. Anyway, you have the night vision and the day vision. And remember, the camera clicks over. What I think that is that's an actual solar style modular that detects light. So as soon as it picks up, because I've noticed that the camera will click over the same times at the solar start of a day, and it would end at about the same time that the solar. So it has to be based on this very similar technology, I'm thinking. That's only a theory, but I noticed that. I watched that in real time, where you'd see the solar panel kick off, and then next thing you know, your security camera will actually go to night vision. So it looks for a certain percentage of light in the air or the atmosphere, and then it clicks over to the night vision. Guys, cars, they have like a solar sensor kind of thing. All the new cars with the lights going automatically, that's what I'm talking about for cameras. It's pretty cool. Well, look at it, almost 660 here, so we're getting up there. Okay, now remember, you click on the top part. I can't wait to show Mr. Ramblin Bob. I just found a new button. I didn't know it was even there. 4, actually. Remember, I thought it was 2, and it's actually 4 buttons in there. So very cool. Okay, so let's see. We're 9 amps. So this is almost normally what we get on one set of strings, which was yesterday. I think it was like, what was it? 1265 divided by 2 is 600. I'm sorry, yeah, 630, about 632 each side. So remember, we're past that now. So the full 9.1 amps of one set of 2 panels as a series, we just surpassed. So if we could double this now and get that up to that 1200 at about 18 or 19 amps, that would be awesome. Boy, that would max this port out, where I could go get 4 more, oh boy, more money. I could go get 4 more REC panels and put it there, so you could have 1200 here, 1200 here, that's 2400 up here. And then if I still wanted to play the game, I could have 400 watts at each battery, which is that extra 1600 watts. Guys, that is a crazy number. We've accelerated here on Ramblin Bob Reviews so fast, it's almost unbelievable of how quick you get wrapped up. But we've always been that way, guys. When we do something, we want to do it to the best of our abilities, which I hope everyone out there does too. You always want to try your best, right? Doesn't mean you're going to win. And guys, there's no finish line for solar. That I've learned that there's really no finish line. A lot of people think, well, I maxed out the system, what do I do? You buy a bigger system and you keep going. Like it's endless, guys. It's so much fun. Here, 700 watts, so you can literally, like, almost like a video game with the high scores. You could just keep going until you have this crazy super megawatt, and you got permits and solar power. Next thing you know, you got a solar farm, and you got a field with people working. It's crazy, guys. I mean, you could get as big as you want as long as your jurisdiction allows it. I guess maybe that's your limit, your jurisdiction, where you live and everything. Like, this would be hard in an apartment building, because you know, the insurance sometimes won't allow you to you know, put up panels and things like that, and your landlord might not. But being a homeowner, if it's in the backyard on the ground, you can do whatever you want, because it's not permanent. You know what I mean? It's like if you bought a a trailer, right? If you bought a trailer and it's on wheels, you don't have to pay any property tax for that because, now I'm not an expert of course, but because it's a mobile vehicle, it's not permanent. But if you had that same style building in a shed or something, well, that bumps up your property tax because it's connected to the ground. So not permanent, usually no permits. Now some places, you know, have like I said, I'm not an expert on this. I only know my jurisdiction here, my area. You know, some places will say, well, no solar because of the insurance. I understand that. But a lot of places, solar is so new that they don't have too many obstacles to jump through right now. You know what I mean? So the sky's the limit for now. It's kind of like, you know, when drones first came out. Drones is an awesome toy. Big boys, big toys. So drones came out, I fell in love with those. I'm an old RC kid. And you can have, you know, any speed you want until the speed of the RCs and the drones got so sophisticated that they had to start putting laws and stuff on them and licenses and the F-107C license and all this other stuff to where you have to have these permits and certifying classes and everything, that it kind of took the fun out of it's a hobby, guys. You know, some people do it for a living, and of course it's always the bad actors in a bunch that ruin it for everybody. Boy, I wish this would start already here. Let's see, it's 9:08. It's got to be starting, I don't know, maybe 9:30 or something like that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go look outside and I'm going to see how long we have until the sun hits this array, because I'm really curious. I'd love to get another array like this, but then I got to buy 4 more panels, guys. That's another $1,000, and we got some saving to do. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to let it go for about 30 seconds here, and I'm going to go check the sun on this array and make sure that how far it is along, and then you can watch this one in real time. It's 9.3 amps at 685 watts. So we'll see what it does. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. So just as I thought, this literally has 0 sun on it. It's still in the shadow or the shade of the building. So these are almost 100% exposed, except they're really on an angle. Like here's the panel, right? And then the sun is like way over here. So like it has to get like that. You know what I mean? And then you have the other angle like this. So a lot of angles in solar, but we are up to 700 watts already at 9.5 amps. You can see that the amperage is 9.6. It is starting to go up, and I want to see if I can peak that out to the 20 amps or close to the 20 amps of what these ports are supposedly able to take in here. So far, here's the cables, guys. Let me see if I can get it on there. I gotta get on the cable right there. Okay, so 88.5 is 9.6 amps, which is a very decent load at 712 at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then don't forget, remember, we still have the 280. I don't know if you can see that, 280 over here going into the other battery. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, I have almost what is that? Almost guys, that's 1,000 watts already. Holy crap! This system is a beast. It is awesome. All right, hopefully you guys are able to start putting something like this together, because I'll tell you what, this is a monster system. And with this bad boy over here, you could run all your big stuff in your house too. And then if you're lucky enough, or just save your pennies and buy one system every you know, you add it on. Like we bought the 2 batteries earlier this year, I think. I can't remember when we bought the batteries, but it was a while ago, for the E3600LFP. So we're using those 2 older batteries on this system. So we bought this system last about say like 3 or 4 weeks ago, something like that. I think it's about a month that we ordered. I think it was well, let me think. I think it was July 16th, but don't quote me on that. Numbers in my head right now are crazy because there's so much coming. Okay, so here 10.1 amps on this string. So this video is all based off of solar charging, and I think that's the premium of this. It still has a big inverter, but like I said, we don't need it. We only need about 2,000, maybe possibly 2,500 peak, and that's if 2 systems were to you know, start up maybe a compressor and a motor at the same time, and then you would have a little bit of headroom just in case, so it doesn't pop that inverter. That was one of the troubles that we had on the E3600LFP. If you had, like, say you had the air conditioning on, a small unit, 500 BTUs, that's about 400 and some watts, and then all of a sudden you had the fridge and the freezer click on all at the same time, that would push the surge over that 2000 and it pops instantly. This is going to be I'll be honest, this is going to be a very tough system to check with the surge, guys, because I don't think I have anything here that surges up to 7200 watts. That number to me is insane. I don't have anything that really utilize that amount of power. My dryer's gas, my heater's gas, so like, and gas is still king, guys, in areas where it comes to heating and cooking. Gas is still king. Not to mention, like, open fire, guys, I like the taste of food better on gas, especially a grill on a live fire, over electric. I don't, it's just me. Can you guys, that's a good question. Can you guys actually taste the difference if you make, say you make a steak on, I don't know why you would do this, but say you make a steak on like a George Foreman grill or a pan, or some professional chefs, they put a steak in the oven. You know, they sear it and then they put it in the oven to finalize it. That's very good. But you're utilizing that oven heat, which is kind of similar to, well, unless it's electric, it simulates that charcoal kind of, not charcoal, the grill effect, you know, where you have the surrounded heat and not the heat coming up from the bottom, but you're actually surrounding the atmosphere with heat so that it evenly cooks. But I still like open flames. You know, when you go to you guys remember Sizzler? Boy, is this a weird story while I'm waiting for this. So Sizzler was a place where it would go and then they would flop a steak on it. That sound, you know, that sizzling of a steak, oh my goodness, that is one of the best sounds in life. Just to hear that steak sizzling on an open fire like that, man, is that good. I'm making myself hungry at 9 o'clock in the morning for steak, which is probably not a good idea, but you can have steak and eggs, right? You can have steak and eggs. So, all right, so let's get back to the point of this video here while I ramble away. We've got 10.1 amps coming in at 735 watts, as you can see, 735 watts coming in. 736, you're watching it in real time go up. We're only using, oh, it dropped. That's sun for you. And then we're only using 163 for the entire shop. That means that either the computers that are on, you know, they'll ramp up with the processor and ramp down, like that. Fans usually stay pretty consistent. Lights stay pretty consistent. Heaters stay consistent. But anything that you have with a processor or a motor or a compressor, it'll go up and down like that. It'll surge and things like that, to where, you know, utilize more power, goes up. We're almost at 58.95, so we're getting, I think it's 60 when this comes in. And then this power should start, the amps should start flowing. Oh, here's something too, guys, I learned. Just because a solar panel, if you ever buy a used one, just because the solar panel can generate voltage doesn't necessarily mean it can generate amperage. And that's what you need. You need amperage. First you need voltage, and then the voltage generates the amperage, and then that turns into watts in the actual system. But is what we know as watts, because that's that divided by that equals that. Or no, sorry, that times that equals that. Yeah, the voltage times amps equals watts. I got to go back to school for that almost. Let's see, I had to remember that. Which crazy thing is, we never went to solar power school, if you will. If you want solar power YouTube school, yes, that I did for 2 years, very extensively, and I mean like all the time. We used to make fun, and we still do, of how many videos that we've watched on solar power to make sure that this is safe, because this can be a very dangerous hobby, guys. I mean, you're playing with nature's secret, which is energy. You know, when you tap into energy, it could have very dire consequences, so you always want to be careful. The charging boards are 109.4. Total power is 765, so you're seeing that amperage go up. The wire is still awesome. So here we're bringing in more than the total of one set of series of panels, and we're at, let's see if I can put it right on the port here, 93. So 93 degrees are still awesomely cool for charging. Almost look at 777. Oh, lucky number, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this number. Buy 777, guys. Buy a lottery ticket. That could be lucky. But now we're getting up to the 800. Remember, this is just the single string. This one hasn't started yet. Wow, this is awesome. And then 67% on the overall battery. The really cool thing too is, guys, while we're waiting for this to do what it's doing, is remember, if you click the switch button, you get to see each individual battery. Now, discharging this fully here, well, almost fully, you can see that the host is at 68%, battery 0, which is actually battery 2, because you know you have a battery in the first one, then the first battery, second battery, third battery, fourth battery. So there's actually 5 batteries in total. They just name them kind of weird. I wish this was 0. Well, this was it's kind of hard to explain. I wish this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'd be easier to remember, but that's probably just the way I do it. You have 68% on this one, and 62% on this one, and 66. Now, remember the last video also, while we're waiting for this to go up again, the little lightning, that little lightning thing right there, that icon, guys, that is so silly. I should have known. It didn't really mention it in the manual. That means that it's charging. So now you know exactly what battery or part of the system is charging in real time. So if one of these were to click off, then you know that you're not getting energy to that one. So you could check your connection or something like that. You know, if one of your batteries is being funny, you could wiggle a cord and see if that was it. So that's a nice thing, and we didn't really know, we weren't sure about that when we saw these little lightning bolts, because I didn't pay attention to them until the end of the last video, which is almost 2 hours in. And you know, when you see something for the first time officially, you're like, what the heck was that? You know, because it didn't flash until the end of the video, where it started going on and then off, because it was finalizing each battery. So that makes sense now. So when you see the little lightning bolt, that means that that part of the system is charging. So that's cool. That's very, very cool. So I wonder if I disconnect these real quick, which I'm not going to do now, but if I disconnect these, if the charging thing would only go on the one on the battery and show you where the power is coming in, which is nice, because if you don't have a meter like this, if you don't have a meter like this on the battery string, you might not know if the energy is going in the battery or not, because remember, it doesn't show up here. So that was the only reason why I have a meter on this extra string, and you would need a meter on each one. So it's 294, so almost 300 watts coming on this meter, but you wouldn't know that if you didn't have this meter here. So I would, when I max out the system, I'll probably have oh guys, look at, boom, boom, boom. So here we just peaked up to 50 watts. So it actually started, I think it was 59.5 or something like that, that the Harbor Freight's now kicked on. See, number 840. Let's take a look. So 36.2 voltage in the work. Now remember, this is working voltage. These are working voltages now, not open circuit. And then you have 1.5 amps at 54 watts. So now the Harbor Freight at 9:20 in the morning, it's starting to get a little bit of light. They're still not in the sunlight, but as you can see, they pick up the ambiance light, and it generates even from refractive light. You know, like the light bounces off this and hits that, kind of like the moon. I wish they would make moon panels, guys. On a full night, boy, I bet you could generate some power if you had a really sensitive moon panel. That'd be awesome. Pecron, make a moon panel. that is my test to you. If you're the best company in the world, make a moon panel. I love it. It has some moon panels. I looked into wind. I don't know what they call it. There's hydro, which is the water, and then like I guess it's just wind power. I guess, you know, little windmills that spin. I looked into that, guys, and I've gotten pretty, I don't want to say bad, but pretty mixed reviews on that. Like, some people will say, oh, it's the best thing since sliced bread, and then the next person says it sucks. It doesn't you know, bring in any power. So it's like, wow, that's, you know, that's hard to take. You take that with a grain of salt, because it's such a 50-50 batch. And I have a feeling that the mobile ones, I looked into those little 400 watt ones, and I thought maybe you put it on your house, or you put it on a big stand or something like that, but then you have to anchor the stand and maybe get a permit and all this stuff. So here we're almost up to 866 here total coming. Oh, right there, 866. I don't have to do the math anymore. Awesome, Pecron. You're thinking of everything now. I think they're watching my videos, and they're all the things I ramble about, they're just taking notes, and they go, boy, this Rambling Bob, he rambles, but he's got some good ideas, I think. So they write it down, and next thing you know, it's in their system. The only two things that this system is missing that I think is I'd like to see 2 USB 100-watt any Audis. I still like them. I want to see 2 of those. I don't like the 18-watt. I wish this was 100 and that was another 100. So I don't like that, but it does work. I love the flaps are back. I love that. This part I usually never use. It just kind of sits dormant. This is for phones and everything. Now you have 2 chargers up here, so you can have one for the wife and one for the wife. That's our joke here because I don't use them. So that's a good thing. Here, almost 900 watts here at 922. So pretty soon we're going to match the time with the wattage. That's awesome. 882 and it's 922. So we're almost there. We need 100 more watts. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. About 40 more watts, and then we'll match the time. But a light, guys. Pecron, please listen to me. I'm gonna holler at you again. I'm yelling at you, Pecron. Shame on you. Put a light on this system, even if it's a little circle light, just a light, because I think that is essential in an emergency or in a situation where you just can't see, right? If you're at the cabin and you got to turn this on, say you just get to your cabin and you have this bad boy just waiting and idling, and you want to turn on your system so you can see what the heck's going on, and you can't find the light switch, with those I don't know where they went, but you know, they have those glow in the dark stickers. You can find the system in the dark, you know, and then you can turn on the light, or you know, something like that. Or you know, here's a good idea. Is some company take this idea, steal it, and run. What about, guys, what about a small LED, and I mean a very small, maybe a 1-watt LED. Let me know if this is a good idea or bad idea. Oh, 900 watts. What about a light that when you turn off the system, this is just a theory as I'm waiting for the solar to happen, what if we had a very small, like almost minuscule, like a nightlight kind of thing that would click on, kind of like this, I suppose it's doing it anyway, but that would kind of light up the room, very ambiance light. You know, you could change it to any color you want. And then I don't know if that's a good idea or not, I'm just rambling, but maybe that would be good, because then you have a okay, so what's going in my head right now as far as the idea is, guys, when you walk into like a movie theater or something, or a business building, you know how the fire marshal always has what is it, gosh, what are those lights called? They're like the fire lights or something like that. You know, they're like safety lights that you can't turn off. They're on all the time. Just a little dot. I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea, or if this is enough. I don't know. I haven't seen the system totally in the dark yet. But is something like that a good idea, or is that a bad idea? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think of that. I'm just trying to throw more options out there as far as features that, you know, we could add to these things to make them even more badass than what they are. Ooh, look at that, 11.7. 11.7. This one's starting to get a little bit warm here, but that's the job of this. This is, you know, reading. Now that we have the power coming in, we can take this off, because we can watch it here. See, like 83, and this says 85, so it's kind of close, 84, 85. So I can take this off now, so that's a good thing. Try not to hot swap stuff, guys. I'm gonna do it because, well, I'm being silly this morning. You should have a DC cutoff on anything over 48 volts, just for safety. You know, safety. You've heard everybody holler about it, so you want to have that. Let me open this here. Okay, so now we know that this turns on at about 9:20 at this time of the year. Also, take notes, guys. If you know that your system does a certain thing at a certain time, take notes, and that way when you when this time arrives, if it doesn't click on, you know there's a problem. So that's your warning. See, look at right away, boom, drop down to 47 voltage, 39, and this is 72, and now they're back up to the 900 watts of solar at 9:30 in the morning almost. So that's awesome. We're gonna see if we can catch the time. We're gonna see. I think it'll be in the next minute or so. We're gonna catch her 9:25, and it's 9:11, so 9:08. So we got 11.7 amps going in on this string, and then 2.1 amps now, 2.2, and you can see that that's gathering power now. So the neat thing is now it'll show up here. Look at 900 watts, guys, at 9:30 in the morning. Oh yes, please. And if you could get that up to what is it, 2400 watts, that's insane to me. I don't have a system that can even touch that. Maybe if you max out the whole system with all the batteries, the E3600LFP is the closest thing that I have that would even come close to that. And the power meter doesn't have a clue until it's all the way full. That's one of the drawbacks with the E2000. But we learned to work around its weaknesses. Every system has weaknesses. I haven't found any on this system yet, but it's still very new. So there's always weaknesses of systems. Like one weakness, a graph. Remember I said I wanted to see a graph on this thing to where you would see at 1 o'clock it went like that, 2 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? So you can actually maybe save that to your phone and print it out and have a graph like this, like, kind of like my fingers. So, you know, at 9 o'clock it was like this, and then you have that bell curve, you know, during the day, which is this curve like that, you know. It's kind of like the stock market. It goes up and then it goes down, like the waves. The waves in the ocean go up and then they go down. So it would be like this, and then, you know, at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, that's, or maybe 1 o'clock, that's your prime solar, and then it would have a tag here and say you got this much at that time, and that way you can see if you have a weak part of your system at a certain time. That's a hard thing with solar too, guys. If you have a weakness in your system, like say you have one branch can wreck the party, guys. If you have, oh wait, look at 9:27, 9:36, bam, all right, we beat the time. So if you have one stupid branch, one silly branch that goes like this on your panel throughout the day, that will destroy the output power of that panel. And I didn't realize that when I first got solar, because, you know, you're learning, so, you know, yeah, learning curve. But it's amazing of what something like that can do. Like, you're watching the system, right? And if I go like that, look how irritating that is, right? So that one branch swaying in the wind will destroy your input, and you don't know that because when you go outside, the branch is up here. And then when you go in the house, it goes like this, and but you don't see it because you're not outside. Where this system would tell you, hey, it went down, right, on the bell curve. It's, oh man, look at it, it dropped off here. Why did it drop off? Oh, the branch is right there at that time. So you get out there and you cut that darn branch off, and then boom, your problem solved until your next headache arrives. But that's cool, guys, that you can have a graph like that. I haven't seen, I have to check, remember, I have to check the app, possibly, maybe, hopefully, I doubt it, that Pecron updated the app, but I haven't seen an update on the app at all. And there's kind of been a lot of bad reviews on the app, so I think Pecron should look a little deeper into more mainstreaming that app, kind of getting it ready. Because I have trouble connecting through Bluetooth some days, and some days it works. Some days it links up to the system, because you know, some days the Wi-Fi, it's silly, guys. So like, I wish that Pecron would do the same thing as Bluetti did, where like they did kind of this way, but I want it on a phone too. Direct Bluetooth link, no registration, no sign up, no email, no nothing, no password, no nothing. You just hop on there if you have the app, and then you can lock the Bluetooth down, or you can turn the Bluetooth off so no one else can hop on. So then you still have your secure system within that, you know, parameter of 20 feet or 30 feet or something like that. But here, oh, 950. So we're getting there, guys. We're gonna hit the 4 digits. Used to be like a world record for us. When we first hit our first 1,000 watts on a system, guys, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never saw 1,000 watts of input. That's enough to run a heater. That's enough to run many things, guys. All the laptops in this shop, TVs and everything. I mean, you could run everything that we need. As you can see, we don't draw very heavy in this workshop, so it's 150 watts. And probably 50 watts of that, maybe more, is lights to film this video. So once the lights, the video's off, then that'll drop down to probably 80 or 90 or 100 watts, something like that. And then depending on what I do throughout the day, obviously that'll go up a little bit, up and down. But so far, very, very happy with the system. And obviously these numbers, they don't move fast, guys, because you're trying to charge 9,000 watt hours right here. It's 2 batteries and then the main system. So these numbers aren't going to rocket. That's one thing I had to wrap my head around too, is you sometimes you forget that when you do a smaller system, you go, wow, look at how fast the solar is coming in. It's an illusion because the battery is so small, and obviously the percentage wise, each percentage, like it's very easy to figure out what 1% is. That's about 90 watts. It's very simple. You take your overall of your system, that's 9,000, and you divide it by 100. So that's 90. 90 $100 bills make 9,000. So it's very, very simple that way. Now you know that each percent is about 90 watts. So I think I'm doing that right. Okay. But that's an easy way to understand. And so if you have a 200 watt system, each percentage is only 20 watts. So you can see that those numbers would go up faster, but it's an illusion. It's illusion. So when we max this out, hopefully in the next week, I'm hoping, Pecron, send me my batteries. We ordered 2 more EP3000s to max this out. We're going to have the full 15,360 watt system. That is a monster for us. That is the biggest system, more than I thought I'd ever get in a modular system. We wanted the AC500 by Bluetti. We didn't have $10,000 for it, or even more. This whole system was, let's see, 900 on the battery, 900 battery, 900 battery, 900 battery. So that's was at 2,700 plus another 50, so about 4,000. That's less than 50%. But the AC500 is much stronger than this system, but it's getting there. So it's getting there. We're Pecron and more budget-friendly companies, if you will, Allpowers and things like that, Oukitel, they're putting Bluetti. Bluetti has both. They have you know, top systems, and then they have mid-card, and then they have starter systems, like most companies do. But Pecron was known as a budget company, not a budget system. So until the E3600LFP, actually till the E2000LFP, people didn't really have a whole lot of attention to Pecron. And when the E2000 came out, we really made a splash on YouTube when we started making videos. And like, you know, this is actually not a bad system, guys. There's a little quirks with it, but this is a very doable system, to where for under $5,000 at that time, I think it was $4,500 for a full set, or close to that. 4,200, 40, I can't remember. But guys, you know, like tap into what these guys with server rack systems are building in these all-in-ones without having the knowledge. You just buy these parts, you click them together, you turn them on, you're done. That's it, you're done. It's an all-in-one system, if you will, you know, where if you build a grid system, a server rack grid kind of thing, you know, you got to get permits, and you got to get this, and you got to get, you know, all this man, I don't even know, circuit breakers and all this other stuff, fuses, but all that's inside this box, guys. So you can pick up this box, if you can pick up 80 pounds, you put this in your car, you drive down to the beach, you put it on the beach, and then boom, you have, it's done. It's an all-in-one system, and that's what I like about the power stations over the grid, not the grid, the server racks. Oh, guys, oh, I thought I hit 1,000, 972. I was looking at this, I saw 109.4, but that's the temperature. 12.8 amps. Awesome. Let's see the temperature on the, where did my heat gun go? Okay, let's see what's coming in here on the port. 95.8. Yeah, I'll do it in real time, guys. 93, 94. So yeah, so it's definitely within its parameters. And remember, that can go up to 20 amps, so I can't wait. That's I want to say 3/4 almost of the way to the max of this port. So remember, 1200 it can max out. So if we can get this to 12 safely with like, once you get over 15 amps, the heat should start coming, but we'll see. Here, let me check this here. Let me let's see, 92 on the cable down here. These are usually where they get hot too. Let me find this one here. Anytime you have connections, guys, so what I did is I excuse me, I put the connections together, and anytime you connect them, they get warm. So, but look at 83, guys, is nothing. 86. So 86 on this one, which is probably the positive. Oh, negative. Well, I was wrong. Okay, so the negative is actually warmer. 83, that's the positive, and then 88 is the negative. So the negative actually has more heat generated than the other one. And then this one, remember that weird one where you can parallel them? So I'm going to get a cover for this. You can buy an XT60 cover, and I'm just going to click it on there to protect this, because even though it's safe, you don't want to have an exposed thing like that. So I'm just going to put a little cover. Sometimes when you buy a system, they give you a cover, so I have them somewhere. I just have to find one. But I'm going to put that on there, and that'll protect this from, you know, just in case. You know, if the cat comes in and smells that with her nose or something, you know, you don't want that, because that's boy, that would be 80 volts in the nose. You don't want that. Holy crapzilla. So you don't want any of that. Man, that's scary. Oh, look at, we're almost there. Guys. So let's see, 893 on the 4 REC panels, and 98 watts on the Harbor Freight 16. So this is 1600 watts, and this is 600 watts. So that is 2200 watts of solar. And remember, you can do more. Isn't that crazy, guys? You can do more. You could do 2400 watts, 1200 and 1200. That's insane. I could put another 600 watts on here, guys. well, I don't have the panels. I do in the portable sense, like Bluetti and let's see, Harry and Allpowers and Pecron, and I think I got one other one in there. But so if I went and put portable panels outside, I could probably max this out. But portable panels are just that. We keep them for emergency. Guys, look at 1,000. Holy crap, so look at, bam. Oh, that's the winning number. So that was a lottery number for us. When we first started solar, we always wanted to get, you know, first we wanted to get 20 watts, and then 50, and then 100. Look at that, 1,000 watts at 9:30 in the morning, 1,001. So now we're going to, you know, aiming for that next 1,000, which that's a little hard to get with this setup, but it's impossible to get with this setup because 16 plus, that's 2,200. So I doubt we're going to get 80-90% of those panels, but who knows? Who knows? Let's watch it in real time and see. Let's see what it does. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your day, and I hope you guys enjoy hearing me ramble about this stuff. Like I said, I can talk about this stuff 24 hours a day. It is my new hobby in life. I really enjoy it. As you can see, we have many systems on this channel, and we love your comments. We like hearing, well, look at 1022. So now it's starting to go quick. Look at that. I think that's the Harbor Freight panel starting to kick in gear. Yep, see, like 129. So now the Harbor Freight is getting off their butt and doing their job. Those guys, dollar for dollar, pound for pound, I will stand behind the solar panel, the monocrystalline solar panel, 100 watts, over any solar panel I have ever tried. Now that is a big statement. That is a bold statement, guys, because Harbor Freight, no offense, they don't always have the best of high quality of everything, and that's just in my opinion, but that's backed up by a lot of people sometimes. So I think my favorite thing that they sell is the gloves, those little latex gloves where you can do yard work and stuff. Awesome. Or cut down a tree or something like that. Awesome. Or work on your car. Awesome gloves. I think that's my favorite thing at the freight. We call it the freight train. But yeah, that's I lost my train of thought there. I was rambling forever. But that's a really cool thing with solar is like, as I was saying before, you never finish. So, you know, we tried to get 1,000 watts, and, you know, now we're aiming for, you know, the next 1,100 and 1,200. So it's like a game, but you want to do it responsibly and respectfully. If you respect electricity, then you have a better chance, guys. It's a big thing. So a fisherman, okay, imagine it this way. I want to put this in layman's terms so it's really simple for anyone that's first joining us now and watching all these crazy, you know, experiments and things, and, you know, that boy's gonna shock himself, you know. So they're probably freaking out with all, you know, that kind of power coming in, because they've never seen that yet, right? As we were when we first started. A captain at sea, you either work with the ocean or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like there's wind in. George Carlin had the famous joke of a cliff diver. You're either world champion or stuff on a rock. You know what I mean? Like there's no middle ground to cliff diving, and there's no middle ground to a captain at sea, and there's no middle ground to power. If you go back to one of my favorite people in life is Nikolai Tesla, depending on what part of the world you come from. I think it's I call Nikola Tesla, but he was able, that famous picture, I think it was the World Fair, he sat under like 1,000,000 volts of electricity because that man respected and fully understood what he was doing. And that's where you have to pull back. So, you know, if the storm's coming in a boat and you're a captain, you go, I can beat that. Well, your boat might not. You know what I mean? So when you learn to respect the industry, in this industry, an example is the electricity. When you respect the electricity, you learn to work around what it can do, because everything has limitations. Everything, the air, the water, the electricity, everything has limitations, and you have to understand, you know, kind of go into it safely. You know what I mean? Like, so a squall comes up on a boat, and you have to go into it face forward. Otherwise, if you're sideways, it'll roll you like that in a boat. So you know, if your panels, cables aren't good, and their voltage, not your voltage, but your amps go too high, they'll burn out the cable. So everything is kind of like that boat kind of thing, is a good analogy of when I learned solar power. Here we're 1053, look at that. 914 on that, and 139 on the Harbor Freights. So once we can get them Harbor Freights to get their button gear, we should be able to get that up to about, well, I don't know, maybe, let's see, I'm hoping about 15, 16, 17, 1800 watts. I don't even know. Maybe 15. If we can hit 1500 watts, I'll be happy with that. But let's always aim higher. Let's get most we can. Because remember, we still have a lot more power weight in here. We're at 66.3 voltage for the working voltage, and 13.8 amps. And remember, 14 to 15 amps. The E3600LFP goes all the way up to about 15 amps, but the E2000LFP stops at like about 14 amps, I noticed. Maybe it was just my system. I have the first version, but we did upgrade the boards and the MPPT controllers in it, so maybe that's kind of like a Frankenstein system now. It's part version 1, part version 2. Oh, and I also updated the DC boards. So basically, I took an old car and I put a new engine in it, if you will, because I wanted my 100-watt USB-C output instead of the 65 that you know, Pecron didn't have the protocol in there, and I wanted the 120 voltage, and it was only 110. I wanted the 120, and what else did I want? Oh yeah, newer MPPT controllers that handle up to that 95 volts. I topped that system off at 80 just for my system and my experience. You could be different. You could max it out to 95. You can do as you wish, but I'm going to keep that one at 80 volts and under, just a personal preference. And then the E3600LFP, I believe, can go all the way up to 90, 95. I haven't fully tested that because I don't have the right configuration of panels to make 95 volts. You know, you always have to have that certain configuration of panels to hit those. That's what makes it hard. It's like a puzzle. You got to figure out the pieces here. Let's see, AC input. We're not doing anything there. It's 116 because obviously we're pulling in 1,000 watts through solar, so the box is obviously getting warm here. The fans are doing its job. The fans are on, but there's no fan symbol. I don't know if the fan kicks on when it really kicks on, or like, I don't know, but the fans are on. Let me double check that. So you have, yeah, this fan is on right here for sure, and then this one, I don't know if it's that. Let me I don't have a light, guys. I wish I had a light. Oh, I wish I had a light to put in there. Darn it, I don't have a light, but I can feel the air, so the fans are definitely on. I wish I had something really light. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Okay, so here I got just a piece of bounty towel stuff or whatever it is, but as you can see, you see that? So you can see that the air is pushing it. So obviously the fans are on. Oh yeah, see, now this one's on. So they turn on when needed. Yeah, see, now they're more. See how it see how it pushes it? Here, let's see. I don't know. This way. Oh, there you go. A little bit more. Yeah, there you go. So as you can see, like, the closer you get to the system, there you go. See that little like jitter like that? That's the wind. So obviously the fans are on, but as Miss Ramblin Bob found it the other day, there's supposed to be a fan up here that the icon that turns on. I don't know if that's a firmware mistake or maybe it turns on later. It's still a very new system, guys, so I don't know. This is your charging. I have it set to 10 because we don't use much from the wall. I mean, the reason we bought this is solar, right? So let's aim for that. And then when I do have to trickle charge, I can put a charger into the system from the, not a charger, but the charging cable from the grid if you have to. And then you bring it in really slowly because we only use that much power anyway. So if you brought in 200 or 300 watts, that's ideal, right? That's ideal. It's almost like running UPS. Here we're almost up to 1100 watts. So let's see what we're doing here. You're watching this in real time, guys. I like real-time reviews because, you know, unedited, if a problem, if a spark happens or a short or something like that, or if a cable goes bad, you see it in real time. I don't like the edited stuff. We have 1100 watts. It's 1095, 1096, and then don't forget we still have 300. I can see it over there, 330 watts coming in on battery number technically 3. So, you know, remember, this is the first battery in my brain, and then there's 1 and then 1. So they have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5 will hopefully be here in a week. So here you got 1098, and notice that 330 watts, remember, does not show up on this meter. However, it does make this move. As you can see, we're at 70% already. So we're definitely charging lickety split. And I can't wait to get more solar. Holy crapzilla. But 1100 watts, and we're not even close to, like, guys, it's 9:45, 9:46 in the morning. Like, we just began, you know what I mean? We just started. So we have until probably, we get solar all the way till about 6 o'clock is when it shuts off. And that's a very, very small amount of power. But we still get ambient solar till about 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. Here's 1100 watts already. But that's awesome. And being that they have this all separated for you guys, I can't say that enough. That is the cat's meow, or the bee's knees, or whatever you want to call it. Fantastic, awesome, spectacular. That is fantastic, because that breaks down all the mental anguish you've been going through for years trying to figure out, well, how many amps am I getting? I don't have to buy meters anymore. Look, each one has its own meter. I haven't even tested this thing yet. I could put another 150 watts in there. So I could put maybe a 200 watt panel, right, which I do have, and run another. But I don't like barrels, guys. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of barrels. I think they heat up too much. These XT60s are awesome. Dude, these aren't even getting, man, like, hold on, check this out. Look at 92. And remember that one, we're bringing at 1000 watts. 92. That's why I like XTC. Plus, they're very, very hard to wiggle. You know what I mean? Like, the pins are big. So like the Anderson, I hate picking on Anderson, but I'm not a fan of Anderson, because notice that when you're charging, if you wiggle the cable just a little bit, it breaks contact. And anytime you break contact, you break your power input. So these are hard. Look at, you could wiggle them around. I don't recommend that, but you can wiggle them around, and see how kind of tight they are? I like that, where Anderson has a little bit of wiggle. And a lot of people are bootlegging Anderson adapters, like on some of the internet sites. I won't mention any names. A to Z, the Bay. They have these copycat Anderson plugs, and if you were unlucky enough to get one of those, sometimes the plastic is so cheap that they melt. I've seen that in one of my systems. When I was charging the Oukitel P2001, I had an adapter on there, and it was just a random adapter that we bought from an online store. And guys, it melted. Luckily, we caught it because you could smell plastic. If you ever smell plastic burning, not a good idea. Not good for you. But you know the smell, and you go, holy cow, you know, run away. Or you stop it from burning right away. But that's a smell you'll never forget. And we were able to stop it before it got any worse. And we were bringing in 15 amps on a regulated 15 amp supposed Anderson little connection. And I don't know if it was a real Anderson or it was a bootleg one, but it started to melt. And so, like, that made me nervous of Anderson. Nothing against Anderson personally. It's just, you know, obviously these are all personal experiences, to where, you know, what happens to you could be different than the next person. You know, depending on where you bought your piece of technology or your hardware, and where they bought theirs. So that's the game we play. You know, how do you know if something's original anymore? You know, unless it's, well, I don't even want to go down that road, because guys, there's counterfeit everything out there. You know what I mean? Jerseys and shoes and necklaces and gold and just everything out there. So unless you buy it from the company themselves, and hopefully they're not engaging in that kind of activity, you never really know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? It could be something as simple as a cable, to where, I know you guys probably went through this too in your solar journey. So you ever notice that when you buy a cheaper cable, right, or a solar panel or something like that, and the gauge of the wires, this is a big argument on the internet for years, and the company will say, well, that's 12 gauge, and you measure it with a gauge measure that actually has a wire stripper and a gauge measure in it, and you find out it's only like 11 gauge or something like that. Like, it's missing certain amount of strands and certain amount of copper in there, and you're like, well, what the heck is this? This isn't 12 gauge. So little things like that can get very frustrating with buying technology, because you never really know what you're getting until you get it and then you test it. That's why these channels are here, you know. That's why DIY with Will and Jasenoid, awesome, good, I consider a good friend of mine on the internet here. Hovatech's a good guy. Ask Ive, I like his channel. oh man, who else? Reway Productions. I think it's Reway Productions. I know it's Reway. I watch his channel. There's so many people that we've learned so much stuff from, that we can all learn this as a community, as a team. So that's cool. And that way, if you do spot a product or something that's not up to par, if you know what I mean, we can all let each other know about it, and that's very helpful for our community. Kind of like this here. If this didn't work, you'd see it in real time. I can't. How do you fake that? You know, here's the solar panel. It's coming in. There's the power. There's the voltage. That's it. You know what I mean? So I like that. That's why I like real-time reviews. I like that. Here, 1124. Let's see here. Let's go back to here. Let's play with the buttons, guys. Here, 71%, 54 voltage on the battery, 89.6 on the battery pack, or on the system. I think that's the system. No, it wouldn't be the system. I think that's a battery pack, guys. Yeah, I think that's a battery pack, which is on the lower half. And that's, guys, that is ice cold on the outside. Holy crap, Zilla. Watch this. Look at this. 87, 86. I mean, that's nothing. And you're bringing in 1100 watts into this battery system, plus 340 over there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see if I can turn this a little bit. Way over there it says 340. I don't know if you can see that, but guys, that's a lot of power, right? That's 1450 watts at just about 10 o'clock in the morning. Usually at 10 or 10:30 is when the solar really starts to go. As funny as that sounds, because that's a lot of power already, right? 1400 watts this early in the morning, and the solar day hasn't even really started yet. It starts at about, I think, 10 o'clock. 10 to 3 is like the big hour, depending on where you are in the world. You know, your solar power might be different. But here, we got 1130 watts almost, plus another 340, so do the math. You know, it's 1400 watts plus. Yes, please. Hopefully your solar journey is going as fun and as interesting as ours. We've really learned a lot in the last couple of years. It seems to be kind of stalling right now, and I think that's just, oh yeah, one more watt. You know, you're at the mercy of the sun and the time. So this might be a long video again, but who cares? It's fun to watch this stuff, guys. And we love to talk to you in the chat, guys. We give out like 5 or 10, I think 10. We give out 10 free memberships to the subscriber family every month. They're free. We don't care. We give them out. And you know, that helps support our community by becoming a member, where everyone knows that, you know, kind of like a trusted source, if you know what I mean. So you know that if you see the little Ramblin Bob guys, oh, he's been here a while, he's obviously a member. You know, he's not going to tell you the wrong thing, kind of thing. Well, I hope, you know. But that's our intent, is to get a subscriber family really strong, where you don't have to remember the name, you look for the icon. So that's kind of like a badge, a seal of authenticity, if I guess, I don't know. But we wanted to start our own little family here for solar power community, and it's been growing really good. So thank you. If you're a member of this, if you're a subscriber of this channel, awesome. If you're just a viewer, think about hitting the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. If you want to become a member, it's $1 a month. That's nothing. $1 a month, you become a member of the channel, get little icons and things like that, and this helps support the channel to make more videos like this. I would like to do this full time. I really would. I obviously have a passion for it. So whether I long term, if I make a couple of bucks on the channel or if I don't, I still very much enjoy just chatting and using this technology. I mean, it's awesome technology. Once this gets up here, then we can get that to this should hit 600 watts plus. I really believe that, because I've had 600 watts all day, every day with the Harbor Freights. That's why I said you can. I put those panels up against anybody, pound for pound. I really believe in my heart that they're either 125 or 150 watt panels, and they're underrated, which is extremely rare. Extremely rare. If you get 80-90% out of a panel, you won the lottery, because most of them you see 60, 70, 80%. To me, that's terrible, unless you're in a laboratory, right? And then you get that 90, 100%. But there's 2 panels on this channel that literally surpassed 100% output. One was the Xtar 100 watt panel, DIY with Will had it on his channel. I believe that was him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was him. I could be mistaken, but I thought it was him. That was an old panel, little 100-watt panel. It actually put out 110 watts. Awesome. More than what you said. So that's like winning the lottery. And the other one is the Harbor Freight panels. The first time I hooked up the Harbor Freight panel on video, I have it on video, guys. And an older, if you look at this channel, the older videos, I literally got 122.5 watts, 2 panels of Harbor Freight. That's insane. Absolutely insane, which makes me think it's really 125 or 150 watt panel. But I only got that once, but I always get above, let's see, 575 to 625 all the time, guys, with 6 of those panels. Now remember, that's 100% is 600 watts, right? Plus conversion, loss, transfer of power, you know, the length of the cable, the thickness of the copper, all that stuff, and I'm still getting over 600 watts. That is a good panel. It's not the highest rated, it's not the best cables. Like if you want to rip off the connections like we do, we cut them off and put MC4s on them. I think they have SAE, which I was never a fan of SAE. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It's like Anderson. You like it or you don't. You know, everyone's got their own you know, likes and dislikes. Oh, here, we're almost 1,000 on this channel alone here. So 997 I saw, and then this is 165. So once this starts going, man, we're gonna start seeing some numbers that are very respectable. Look at almost 1,200 watts coming in on this. That's, man, plus the 340 coming in over there. So yeah, we're almost 1,500 watts already at 10 o'clock in the morning. Now we're bringing in some power. What's the power of the system? 73. So you can see we're gonna easily fill this today. And then when I get those other 2 batteries, holy crap, Zilla, 15,000 watt hours. I'm so excited. I feel like a kid again, a 10-year-old in a candy store. Like, yes, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want the UFOs with the dots inside, I want the candy wax lips, all that stuff. I want it all. That's how I feel with this stuff, and that's how I felt with RC, which is the last hobby love that I had in life, which was RC cars and drones and stuff. But this has taken the place of RCs and drones, and you can combine the two. Now I can charge the drones or the RC cars out in the middle of nowhere, guys. 15,000 watt hours of power is a long day of RC racing. I'll tell you that right now. So you can load this up in an RV or a van and go camping and have solar panels on the roof. Like we got 1,000 watts of solar panels up there. And boy, you could let the party just go. I mean, awesome. This technology is awesome, guys. Let's see here. 113 on the charging boards. Basically, I'm just yapping just to fill the air while we're watching this in real time. That's all I'm doing. Hopefully you like the stories. I do enjoy to ramble. I've been a DJ a long time, and you kind of fill the air with strange stories. And do you guys remember in Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Braves? And then there was a guy named Bob Uecker. I used to listen to the guy on the radio a long time ago when I was a kid. And same with Harry Carey from the Cubs, one of my favorites. He'd go, "Hi, this is Harry Carey." That guy, awesome. And then Bob Uecker. So there's certain people that you just like to listen to. It doesn't even, like, I could listen to, who's that guy? The famous guy, he was in the Shawshank Redemption. Oh my God, it was Tim Robbins, I think it was, and Morgan Freeman. Oh my God, guys! If I would listen to Morgan Freeman, I would listen to Morgan Freeman read stereo instructions or a washer instructions. Literally, his voice is so soothing on the radio. It's crazy. Or in the movies, it's just, this is Morgan Freeman, and it's just, he just has such a mellow, like, his heart rate has to be so mellow. You know what I mean? Like certain people, like Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead, he's just a mellow guy. You know what? He's just mellow. Some people you just like to listen to just to hear their voice. Here, 1,000 watts. Okay, so we just hit 15 amps, 1,000.4 watts on the first array. So that's 1,000 watts coming in there. Holy crap, Zilla, not even hot. Here, let's see. Right on the port there. 91.7, so totally cool. Here's further down the cord here, 82, down is 83. So here, let's do the connections. Remember, that's usually the hot point. The connections are 86, and the other connection is, if I can find it, 83. So totally cool. Wow, I mean, it's got to be, it's probably 78 or 80 degrees in this room. You know, it's hot in the shop, but here we're getting up on that 1200 mark, 73%, 91.4 on the system. This thing is a beast, guys. It is just a beast. Look at that, charging away. One's at 79%, one's at 69%, one's at 74%. So they don't drop equally. They pull from where they need it. And I think this one's going up faster for obvious reasons. All the power is going through that one first. And then at the end, obviously, they all balance totally. But I wish they would drop all at the exact same time. But maybe that's hard to do. I don't know. You have to balance it perfectly. Some systems, even the big systems by Bluetti, the AC300 and AC500, they drop off like that. But as long as they're within that 10% parameter, which is on this system actually 10%, so 10 numbers, so see 79 to 69, that's 10%, right? So I think it keeps it within that 10% parameter of the system at its most. Like, I think that'll go to 70 before that goes to 80, and then obviously that's in the middle. So remember, we're bringing in power on this one, and we're bringing in power on this one, and this one is getting the over power. So like, power's coming in up here, power's coming in down here, and the one in the middle is kind of like getting filtered to. That's why it's the lowest, I believe. So if we had another 400 watts coming into this one, they'd probably all be the same. But since the power is coming in here and the bottom, obviously that's naturally where the power would show up on the meters first, I'm assuming, because that's where the power is coming in. Let's see it in real time if it goes to 70 or 80 first. I think that would go to 70 before that goes to 80. Oh, see, guys, look at my timing. 70%, boom, right on the dot. So now you're still within 9% of each other. So it's obviously working. The system's obviously working. Let's see, let's go back here. 74% overall, the total system, almost 1200 watts. We're getting there. We're getting there. That's the next obstacle, goal, if you will, 1200 watts. And look at, we're 15 watts away, guys. We're getting there. Oh, 13 watts. We're getting there. We're getting there. Here we go. Watch it here. 1014 watts on this array and 170. Remember, this will easily hit 600. I'll guarantee it. I'll put that in writing. I mean, those Harbor Freight panels, as cheaply as they look, and you know, they look like old panels, they produce. And at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want panels that produce. If you have a race car, it can be all banged up. If you get first place, it doesn't matter, because that photo finish at the end looks great, even in a rusty old car. It doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as you cross the finish line, you know. And you could buy paint, you know what I mean? You could buy paint. So, funny story with that. You know, you could buy paint. That was in an old movie. I buy that old rusty car, but you could buy paint, you know. All right, let's see here, 1181, so we're still getting there. Let's see here. If you're chatting in the chat box there, awesome. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for watching this in real time. It's kind of like, you know, kind of having the radio on in the background. It's, you know, Ramblin Bob's in there. He's rambling about something, but I'm watching the system so I can learn how to you know, use my system better, or we can exchange ideas to make, you know, the system better for both of us. But like I said, I could ramble about this stuff all day. It is a hobby that caught me by absolute fire. Absolute fire. 351 over there, which is way over there. 351 coming in on that, on the battery, way down there next to my soda pop. And then this one obviously has nothing, but now I can put another one there, guys. Holy crap. So I need more panels, guys. If you have panels, send them. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna buy 4 more REC 400 watt panels, and then do that series parallel run. And that's 1600 watts. It's obviously over panel, but who cares? If it produces, it produces. Sometimes you spend a little extra to get what you need, because then when you need it, you have it. So it's a plus and a minus. Here, 1200. We just hit 1200. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that, 1203. So our next milestone, we just hit 1200. Now we're going to aim for 1300 here, and we're going to do it in real time. 1200 watts, guys. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting 1200 watts. So that means from this point on, 1200 watts times 5, I believe, is 7,200 watts. Is that right? No, 6. That's 6,000 watts for the whole day, just in these two things right now. So remember, we're going to get more than that. We're going to push the system a little bit more, at least the most that I can with what we have to work with. So
long story short, I gotta buy more panels, which that really impacts the pocketbook. But you know, they always say if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. So I'm trying to figure out. I don't go to the salesman guys because they'll tell, oh, buy this, buy that, buy that. I use the products that work for me. Period. Like you know, there was better systems out there than the E3600LFP, but for the price and what I needed for, it was perfect. It ran my shop for almost 2 years. Look, it's not even on, guys. You know how sad that is to see that? It's not even on. So that's going to go in the RV because we're going to use this one for the whole shop now. And then this one's not even on. That's so sad, guys. This has been on for, I don't know, maybe a year now or so. That's been on. And now both of those systems are sitting dormant because they're going to be utilized in a different way now. This is going to be a mobile system, and that's going to be a mobile RV system. So, and this is the big daddy that's going to take over all of them. But it's so sad to see those systems just sitting there, guys, when every morning for 2 years you'd walk in and go, oh, there's Old Faithful in the corner. Look at that, like a quiet soldier just doing his job. You know, like the soldiers for the Queen, they don't say a word, right? They don't make not a peep, right? You stand next to them, they don't move. And then, but the second you have a problem, they react instantly. So the second you need power, this reacted, and it did what we needed it to do. So it was perfect for what we needed. All right, back to this one here. We're still at the 12. It's bouncing around. I think by 10:30, I think should be, well, I don't even, maybe 11 or 12. I don't know. Let's maybe we'll do a marathon today. Who knows? We're rattle off your ears for 10 hours. And then if you guys want to stay with the stream, it is a live stream in the chat, so feel free to chat to other members. And if you have a product that you like, put it. Just, you know, we don't do any links, so don't do links. But if you want to, you know, say, hey, I have the system, I like it. You know, talk about it. You know, that's what the chat is there for. We wanted to give an open dialogue for people to learn more about the systems, and what they want and what they need, you know. Or if you have a better way to do something, speak up, put in the comment section. We'd love to read them. I read the comments every single day, guys. We help probably, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but as an amateur solar power guy, I probably help 20 to 50 people a day with questions easily. Yeah, it's just, you know, the comments come in, and some come in through the email. Those are usually reserved for the businesses, but sometimes we get them in there. And we help a lot. And it can be a very simple thing. Very simple thing. Like here, what's that hole for, right? What is that hole for? Well, that's the ground. And, you know, some people don't know that. You know, not everybody starts out at you know, way up here. So you have to learn the little stuff too. Like, I remember, you see this weird little T thing in here? There's a reason that's there, and I forgot it. You guys remember why this has that weird shape? That meant something, though. That was a real thing in electricity. Remember, I'm not an electrician. I'm not a Sparky. I'm not an engineer. But like, I'm a sound guy. But I know that T shape right there, that the minus thing, that actually meant something. And I think it was a polarity thing. If you remember, if you look close, you don't really see it. But let me get a piece of paper, and then you can see this. Like read questions like this. Let me get a piece of paper real quick. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to use the Pecron E3600 owner's manual because it's laying right here on the floor. So there's a polarity. Even though it's alternating current, there's a polarity to it. There's a like, if you ever look at a power pack, there's a dot 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 and then a line. That's a polarity. That's a direction where it's positive and negative. So even though that this doesn't really have positive and negative per se, because it's AC, it's alternating current, it switches. It goes like this. You know, it comes this way, it goes that way, it comes this way. So if you put this here, notice that, hopefully you can see this here. Let me get the white part about it. No, I can't see. Okay, so notice that this port is longer than this one. You see that space right here? I know that's very hard to see, guys. And I wish I had more of the page that was white. So hold on here, let me use that. Okay, so notice that goes all the way down to the paper and this one doesn't. That's a polarity thing. They wanted you to hook it up that way for whatever reason. So that T is another thing that might have to do with polarity, but I forgot. That was something I learned a long time ago, and I just forgot why that was there. But on ports, there's a meaning for that, you know. Everything has a purpose, right? Everything has a purpose. And let's see here. Even if you see here, see the slot is bigger. the little rubber part, it's bigger than that one. So that's a polarity. So if you look at a, like here's a heater, right? While we're waiting to break their world record here. So this is a standard heater, a little baby heater here. But notice that it has a skinny side, a smaller side, and then it's got this fat side. See that? Isn't that crazy? So that's a polarity thing. They want you to plug it in a certain way. And maybe there's, I don't even pretend to know. I don't know. But there's obviously something in there that wants you to plug it in this way rather than this way. And that, I think, is a polarity thing. So if you look on here, let's see if it's on there. Nope, it doesn't say it. Sometimes it'll say polarity. Usually on DC, it'll say polarity. You know, it'll have like dot, 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 and then a line, or the line and then dot, 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 like dash, 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 like that. It looks like Morse code, but it's all the same, all the same code. 1223, we're getting there. Woohoo! Now remember, we're going for 1300. So that little thing, that means something. I don't know what it means, but I know that was very important. Also, here's a weird thing. There's a reason why there's holes in here, guys. I never knew this. I learned it, and also I forgot again. If you guys remember why there's holes in plugs, that was a very important reason, and I forgot why it was there. But that is a very important thing of why they put the size and the holes. And this is the kind of questions that we get, and we have to look up, either ask that AI Google thing, or we research it ourselves, or we just know because we've been through the question already, you know, a couple times, and we remember that's why it's like that. Like a barrel, you know, the barrel that could be positive on the inside usually, and then negative on the ring on the outside, but sometimes they reverse that, right? Reverse polarity, and that could screw up your system or what you're plugging in. If the center is negative and the ring is positive, well, that's dang backwards, right? So that's not going to work for what you need. So you have to get the right AC adapter to plug in a system, because it has the pin, it's called the tip, and the ring, I believe. And the tip is that little pin that's in there. I call it a pin, they call it a tip. And then the ring is obviously the outside circle. So if you reverse those polarities, it doesn't work. Or you could break what you're plugging in, or burn out your charger or whatever. But I hear 1234, we're getting there. Yeah, buddy. Guys, this is fun just to sit here and watch this. I mean, how boring is the day? I have the day off, so it doesn't matter. And I can literally just sit here and watch my new system in real time and talk to all my friends out there, all the subscriber families. We honor that you're even here. Thank you. You're building this community awesome into something that we can all utilize as a resource and a database for stuff. So awesome. Awesome. 114.8 is the charging board temperature. I like how it says charging board temperature. I always look for buttons, guys, because, you know, touchscreen, there could be buttons anywhere. And then I found out, I don't know if I talked to this about this. This just tells you that batteries are hooked up to the system. That's it. I thought there would be two of them, one for each port, but I was wrong, and I stand corrected. I bet Miss Ramblin Bob $1, so I have to give her $1. I thought there was two of those, but see, that's where, guys, that's where I thought, you know, when you become that professional, right? Sometimes you make simple mistakes or misjudgments, and that's why I'm an amateur for life. I'm still learning, you know, and I always will be until the day I, you know, expire there. You know, I'm an amateur for life. I live by that motto. Learning as I go here, and then anything that you learn, you help other people learn. You know, pay it forward kind of thing. So AC input, that's not doing nothing. Let's see here, DC output, that's not doing nothing because it's not on. And then AC input. It's fun to touch these little buttons, guys. Look at that. I mean, Miss Ramblin Bob was going to come in here, and I'm just going to be going like this once, and she'd be like, what the heck are you doing? Like, I'm playing with my buttons. Go away. I'm playing with my Pecron. Well, that sounds so bad. Guys, I remember Hovatek. He used to have his tagline for one of his, on these videos is, it's time to whip out our Pecrons. And it sounds so bad. But it's funny, you know, little innuendos like that from time to time. It's funny. But here we're almost up to 1240. We just hit it. Okay, so 1056 at 16 amps. So it seems like these are getting just fine. And the, let's see, the temperature of the wires is, guys, they're totally fine. I didn't expect them to have that cool of temperature. This, I'm still going to put a cover on that. I think for my RC cars, I have a cover. I'll throw a little cap on there, just a little cap, little XT60 cap. You can probably buy a pack of 5 of them for, I don't know, $1 at AliExpress or something like that. But actually, that stuff's kind of getting expensive. They have that whole trade war thing going on you know, this and that, and I stay out of that. But I buy the technology wherever I can get it. Cheapest I can get it, wherever I can get it. But yeah, that's going crazy. Here, almost up to 1250. 1250, yeah, buddy, which means, see, these are starting to get their butt in gear here. We're up to 200 watts. Remember, the solar is not even on those panels yet. It's not. It's probably on maybe, I'm going to say 1 or 2 panels. That's it. There's 6 panels out there on the ground. And if 2 of them are exposed, which is the 200 watts, right? So as it, you know, it gets up, they're in series parallel of 3 now. So those are 3 over here and 3 over here, except I have them next to each other. And then those 3 are parallel like this together into the system. So 3 panels, series, which is about 60 some volts. And then 3, I think it's 66 volts, I think. And then those are parallel like this into the system where they go like that, positive, negative. So 1265, so we're gonna hit that 1300. It's coming, guys, it's coming. 200, we hit 200 now. So this too, man, I can't say this enough. To be able to see the actual pin, that's the port, right? That's the pins, and it says literally the voltage in working time. It doesn't say the open voltage, obviously, because it doesn't know anymore, because it's behind the scenes now, because you have working voltage. Because you put a draw in a system, it drops it on voltage. And then you have 16.4 amps. That's a lot, guys. So we already surpassed the amps that we could bring in on those guys over there, which, like I said, I like the systems. I'm still going to use them. Not a problem. I put this in the RV, and I got 8,000 watt hours in an RV. Yes, please. I'll take that. But, yeah, we surpassed that by about 2.5 amps, because remember, it only went up to, at least ours did, about 14 amps. So I think it was rated at 15, but sometimes, as in life, unfortunately, you don't get what it's rated for. Hence the solar power conversation that we just had, where you don't get the, you know, 100 watt panel, you only get 68 watts. I'm like, what the heck is that about? 68%? That's terrible. But I just like how they rate them sometimes. But it is. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this, guys. I'm gonna go to the big screen. Look at that. 1300 watts. Ba-bam, ba-bam. So we literally hit 1300 watts at 10:18 in the morning. And if you're keeping track of this, 77%, 91.4 in the battery cells. They're not even getting warm yet, guys. Like, literally, like I said, it's almost 80 degrees in here. I think it's 70, what is it? It's 78 degrees in here right now, 78, which is hot. This thing's putting out some not hot, but let's see, it's probably 100. Let's see, yep, 102. It feels like about 100. So 102 over here on the vents, and they are working, as we checked with this high quality Technique tool instrument here. These are one of a kind. You can't get these anywhere. As you can see, it moves. So we'll start out there where it's down, and then move back. As you can see, it starts to bend outwards. And the hotter the system gets, obviously, the more that will end up like this. You know, it's guys. You remember that? Is it live or Memorex, where the guy's here, he's sitting in a chair and he's listening to the headphones? Is it live or is it pre-recorded? This is the hair of the guy right there. So once it gets like that, it's Memorex. I don't know. What an old commercial. It popped in my head for no reason. Oh, look at that here. So now we're starting to gain really quick now, or much quicker, because remember, we just hit 1300, and now within 1 minute, we just gained another 30 watts. So let's go back here and notice that that's where it's coming in. So we're almost to 1100 watts on this one. If we can max that out to 12, I will consider this test a 100% awesome completion. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I wish I had more thumbs sometimes, but 100%. I don't know, what do you call it? Completion win, whatever. 100% win. And then this one, like I said, will probably max out about 600, which means we could put another. Technically, we could put 2 more. Let's see here, because we're only at 5 amps, guys. We're bringing in nothing so far. So this will probably max out at maybe 10 amps. So that means that we could put another 3 and 3 of Harbor Freights. That's $600 for the panels plus tax, and then max this one out too to 1200. So we can get this to 12 and this to 12. Holy crapzilla, guys! I'm talking thousands. And a year ago, I was talking like 100, 200. You know what I mean? It's like, that's how fast solar goes. Holy crapzilla! And then we got 370 coming in way over there. 360, or is it 366 right now? So you have 13. 34 and 366 over there. So that is 1700 watts. I'm bringing in the system like it's candy. That is crazy. I never would have thought that we would get a mobile system like this to bring in that kind of power. Let me see if I can, let me balance this a little bit here. I think that's more straight. Okay, there you go. So when you watch the videos, if you see it kind of crooked like that, I apologize. We're on a little tripod stand. We're still saving money for camera gear, but we spend a lot more money on this stuff because I think, well, you got to see too, I get. So we got to balance the money a little bit better. I agree, but we've been buying a lot of this stuff. We like this stuff though. It's hard. Like if you're a photographer, you go out and you buy 50 cameras. If you're a solar power guy, you go out and buy 50 solar panels. This is how it works. But then you forget you got to have it at least good enough for people to see. Hopefully soon I'll have a better camera and a better microphone. So the reason, while we're waiting for this, guys, 1365 already, while we're waiting for this to get up higher, one of the reasons that you hear the microphone go up and down here a lot is, and we apologize for that, but there's nothing we can do about it. In the GoPro Black 7, there's these different microphones, and depending on where you are, like if I stand here or if I stand here, there's stereo microphones, and that's the problem. So when it switches microphone, like if I'm here and then I'm down here, see, it sounds different. Or if I'm over here, so you can, so I apologize. I try to stay put, but it's hard when you're excited about this stuff, guys. You're always bouncing around. Look at that, it's going up 5.7 amps, almost. We're gonna hit that 300. Yeah, buddy. Guys, less than 4 minutes ago, we were just hit 1300. Now we're at 1375. I think in the next 1 minute, that bad boy will be 1400 watts. Yeah, buddy. Plus 370 down there. So let's see here. We got 20 watts to go. So while we're waiting for 19, oh, drop down. No, 14 actually went up. 14. Oh, look at, guys, we're gonna do it here. We're gonna do it. 1391 I saw. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. 1399, 911. Come on. Come on. Guys, it's like watching a slot machine. Come on. Give me all matching numbers. 7777. Imagine that. It's like 8,000 watts coming in. Holy crap. So, Will Prouse, he's probably got that much coming in. Easy. Here. 10. We need 10 more watts. We need 5. Look, guys, we need 5 more watts. Come on. Yeah, 14. Woohoo! Look at that, guys. 1400 watts. I feel like a kid again. Like I just won a high score in Super Mario Brothers again. That's crazy. 1400 watts plus another 370 down there. It's almost 1800 watts we're bringing in this system. This system's not even heating up yet, guys. It's not even doing anything. It's idling. Here, 85 to 74. Oh, look at that. 85, and that's 74. So that's 11% off. So maybe that's going to be the next one. I think I should get another string of panels that go into that battery, and I think the only reason it's off like that is because that one doesn't have any energy coming in. So if you're going to do through the battery technique that we do, the back door, if you will, just be note of that. You know, be aware of that. That's 11% off, and you're normally not supposed to go more than 10. But I have a feeling that's going to be the next one that goes up. Except we're bringing in super power here, 1400 watts. That's like powering from the grid. You know, that's a lot of power. So I think that'll hit 75 before that hits 86. So let's see if I'm right. My timing is pretty good. So let's see. Alakazam. Boop. Nope. Okay, it didn't work. Sometimes it's really good timing. Sometimes. So I don't know. It just seems like I have good timing in life sometimes. Here, 85, 74, 79. But notice how much closer this is because it has power coming in. That's the one that we're bringing in 370 watts. So here, yep, see, 75, bam, 75, 85, and 79. So 85, 75, 79. So obviously it's trying to stay within that 10% structure. And that's probably in the system it's designed for. This touchscreen, guys, hands down, it is awesome. My fingers don't work good on touchscreen sometimes, but this is a damn good screen. Sorry about swearing. This is a darn good screen, guys. Crabzilla. Yeah, like 1400 watts in. 1084 watts. So this is almost maxed out. Let's do some temperatures while we're rambling about stuff here. We got 94 degrees. Whoop-de ding dong. And then this one, 94. Whoop-de ding dong. That's not even bad, guys. And look at, we're almost maxed out on this port. So the maxed out port is literally the same temperature as the one drawing half, a fourth of the power almost. So yeah, you're going to see this one start to spike really quick now. because that sun is starting to get to them panels. That's probably 3 panels unmasked, if you will, out of the shade. All right, a little Dr. Pepper to keep me cool. I wish that Dr. Pepper, if you want to sponsor us, please. You don't even have to sponsor us with money. You could send me soda. I would drink your soda every day. Holy cow! I don't have any sponsors for this channel, and hopefully, you know, in the future maybe I'll get one of somebody. But I always do this for the love of the technology, and if sponsors come, they do. If they don't, okay. But you know, our supporters will support us in the future, I know. So this is a possibility of having possibly a full-time job, which I'm looking forward to. I just want to ramble about this stuff every day, and if you have a passion for something, you might as well, you know, use it, you know, to help other people, you know. Here, 1100 watts. So we're 95 watts away from maxing out this port, and like I said, I might get. Man, I could spend $600 and get more Harbor Freight panels, but I like the REC panels. It's less panels, less headache, less hookup. 4 of those that I could put maybe on the fence line and get up to that 1200 watts in this one, and then maybe take the Harbor Freights and break them apart and put 300 in one battery and 300 in another battery, something like that. But or max them out, put 400 on each battery. But you know, sometimes you run out of space to put the solar panels. That's the trouble. Here, 1426. So we're getting up there. We're doing 95 watts to 99 now to 1200. Let's see if we can get that 17.1 amps, guys. Holy crapzilla. That's definitely higher than the E3600LFP down there and the E2000 over there. It's so sad to see that off, guys. Oh my gosh. Every time I look at it, I get sad. But I know that's going to a good place. It's going in the RV. So it'll be happy once again, I promise. So it's kind of like I don't know, you know, in a way like giving your dog away. Like, it's horrible. You know, like that's my solar power system for this shop until we got the E1500LFP. We used that for 2 years, the E2000LFP. So it is definitely a staple of this workshop for sure. Here, let's see here. Still going at 17.1 amps at 1103 watts. And then this is 320 watts. So remember, that's I'll dollars to the donuts. I'll bet you money that gets 550, 575, 600. You're gonna see it in real time. I know it's gonna be a long video, guys, but like I said, that's okay. If you don't want to stay with us, I understand. But our community here, we can you know, rap and chat in the little chat box over there, and that's live. I'm here right now. Reading your comments in real time and responding to your comments in real time. The video is pre-recorded, obviously, but we don't want to do live streams, but we want to do live chats, which I might get into live stream later. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Just have an open dialogue chat where we can learn stuff and talk about systems and products and things like that, and you know, just to see what's out there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, guys, that here at 1114, we're getting there. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there. I've been in this for 2 years, guys, and every day, like literally every day, it seems I find a new product. You remember when I found that EcoFlow solar hat? What a crazy product that was. I don't want EMF on my head or static electricity on my head or power generation next to my brain. Holy crapzilla, but they made the product, so let's see how that turns out. It's kind of like the first people with the first cell phones. They probably weren't so happy that they had those analog signals. And I think digital's a lot safer, but I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. You know, if stuff is healthy for you or not. I don't know. I'm just a regular guy living a regular life here and playing with solar power. So I know that this had a little bit of static when I watched Jasenoid's video and Hobotech's video. I think it was both of them. Excuse me. When I watched Jasenoid and Hobotech's video, when they put an AM radio, I don't own an AM radio. I should get one for emergencies, like AM, you know, for news and weather and stuff like that. You know that one where you click the button, it's like, I think it's NOAA or something like that. I don't know. It's NOAA, North something. I don't know. But it, you know, it's the weather 24 hours a day. Something like that is good for a backup plan. You know, in case you want to know. You know, say you're going fishing or camping, you want to know the weather before you go. What a great backup plan, because unfortunately the weather has not been cooperating a lot nowadays. So if something's coming in, you know ahead of time, you can get out of Dodge, or you know, like on a boat, guys, you could get off the water before it gets rough. You know, even rain is scary in water sometimes, because you get one lightning bolt, boy, ooh, you're in trouble. Holy crapzilla! But here, 325, 6.3 amps. I'm all over the board, so I apologize. That's how my brain works. It's like a circus. That's how I explain it to people. Where you have all these ideas and thoughts, and you just want to talk about all of them at one time. You know, what do they call the circle back? You got to circle back 40 times in this video to figure out what the heck I'm talking about. So, the circle back. I think that was the press secretary Jen. So let's circle back. Let's circle back. You know, but no politics here. Here, 1430 watts. We got 376 down there still, and we are going to see. Let's go back to home. 81%. Guys, this system will be full by noon probably. Holy crapzilla! I can't wait to get the other two batteries. I think it's fantastic. I only wish Mrs. Ramblin Bob was here to see us. She worked really late last night, so she's sleeping. But man, I think she would be impressed. Maybe when she watches this video in real time with us, she'll see the numbers and she'll go, "Holy cow, that's that's good numbers." Definitely much more than we've ever had, and loggable, if you know what I mean. So you can see them now, where before you could only saw like 1200 up here, and then the rest would be kind of like that with a meter. You had to keep track of the meter. I want to get rid of the meters, but that's the only way I found out how to do the batteries, is to put a meter on there and keep the voltage down. So that's a 48 volt, because the meter is supposed to be 60 volts or down. So you don't want to overpower that meter, because it might start on fire or something like that. So you don't want that. And that's actually hanging, like that's not a permanent, that's a temporary thing. But notice it's hanging in the air, and it's about, it looks like it's right next to the wall. Our walls are carpeted here, but that's actually about 4 or 5 inches from the wall, and that we have much airflow through the entire like little setup over there, and that way you don't have problem with the heat or anything. It's air cooled, and you can put a fan on it, guys. You can put a small DeWalt fan or a little USB fan and blow it right on the ports. That in electronics, guys, there's no such thing as too much cooling. Like, you can have as much cooling as you want on electronics, as far as fans, because to keep it cooler. Awesome. Here, look at 1440. And let's see, let's switch here. Boop. Okay, here. I turned off the little noise, and then I notice I go boop, I make my own noises. So it's one of those crazy things in life. But here, 91.4 on the system. This is 88. That's 77. So that's 11 now. Is that 11? Yeah, it's 11% difference. So it doesn't seem to go past 11. And like I said, that's because we're charging in this one and that one. So that'll go to 78. Let's watch it in real time, guys. And this is 1450. Let's hope we can get that 1500 watts up here. Which we should, because like I said, them Harbor Freights, those are damn good panels. Darn good panels. Here, 88, 77. So that'll probably go to 78. That one in the middle. Hopefully you could see these numbers. They're very small, but they're definitely big enough in real life to see. And I probably need reading glasses. I think I do, and I can see them pretty good. Let's see here, 88, 77, 81. And I love that it has a temperature right here. You could do Fahrenheit, or you can do Celsius for those across the pond. That's cool. Let's see, 88, 77. That's got to go up just a tad bit here. I mean, we're pulling in, holy crap, we're pulling in 1800 watts, guys, still. Man, that's wow. And guys, this system's not even idling yet. It's just chugging through like a freight train. It's just going, Holy crapzilla. Okay, so that'll definitely change. I don't know when. It probably just changed to 88 here, so that's going to be a minute here. Let's switch back here. 82% on the full system, and that takes an average of all 3 batteries, of course. I bet you if I put, see how that's 88 and that's 81. If I put a 400 string of Harbor Freights or whatever, one of those REC panels, a 400 watter on there, then I can get up to like 3 or 350 on that, and then I think that would balance that right away. But let's see if we can get this up more here. We need, here, it just bumped up 6 watts here. We need more cowbell, guys. That's what we need. We need more cowbell. That's only at 330, guys. Man, oh man. Guys, do you think I should pause the video? It's been pretty long already. I don't know how long it's been. It looks like, I can't read that. That's like microscopic writing on there. It's probably an hour almost. But 114.8 Fahrenheit on this. 1450 watts coming in up here. 380 watts, 377 down there. That's 1800 watts total. 1800 plus. And like I said, this is, it's almost there. It needs, let's see, what is my math here? 82, you need 80. Ooh, 80. Is it 80? Boy, my math is getting weird here. It goes too fast for me. So 80, was it 83? So you need 82. You need 82 more watts to make it 1200 to max this out. I don't know if these panels are going to max out. It's 1600 watts of panels, so it should, but it's only 10:30. So that's, remember, that's the beginning of a solar day. 10 o'clock, 10:30, that's the beginning of it. So I got the whole day, and this bad boy will definitely be full. Oh wait, let's see if did that change? Yep, see 78 and 89. So it's going in order. So it's 11 off at the most. Let's see here. So the system is balancing it good. It's keeping it within roughly that 10% margin that it wants you to be in before you hook the batteries up. And like I said, you wouldn't have that if you didn't have charging of the battery, that bad boy over there. So once I put another one in the other battery, it's going to balance that. And then I'm going to put another one in the fourth battery and another one in the fifth battery, and I'm going to get a zillion watts in. That's my plan. But 1452 watts, we are getting there. Man, we're getting there. This is exciting. This is really exciting for me. Hopefully for you guys too. 1122 here. So we need 70, was that 77 more watts to 1200, and then this is 330. And like I said, you're going to see this. This is going to go up more. I just don't know if I should pause the video, or if we're having a good conversation in the chat, feel free. Say whatever you want to say, you know. Say, hey, I like this model because of XYZ. I like that port because of XYZ. You know, make your comments known, because it helps other people learn the systems and learn, you know, things they might not know. You know, XT30, XT60, XT9, what's the difference? The rating, more power, right? So if you don't ask, you might not never know. So, you know, they always said, a famous person always said, the only dumb question in life is the one you don't ask. Because if you don't ask, you'll never know. That's the dumbest question, because it rolls around in your brain and you don't put it out in reality to get the answer. So that's the dumb question. And the only reason it's dumb is because you didn't ask it. That's why it becomes a dumb question. An answer, a smart question, is a question that has an answer to it. So a dumb question is a question with no answer, hence a dumb question. Or if it's just a silly question in general, I guess. But I always looked at it that way. If you don't have an answer to a question, then keep asking the question. You know, a mathematician puts that crazy stuff on that chalkboard, and he keeps going for, gosh, sometimes their entire life. You know, Einstein wasn't really like a guy that, you know, he played with math. The guy lived math, you know what I mean? Nikola Tesla, it wasn't a guy that played with electricity. He lived electricity. He was electricity almost. Like, these are people that dove deep into their hobbies or their passions or love in life, and they really tried to figure out the best way to possibly do everything. Man, like, that could be anything in life. You know, if you invent something or something, max it out. And if you think it's maxed out, wrong. Max it out more. There's literally no limit to life. I don't think. I mean, it's a little philosophical there, but I think if you want to do something, do it. Get out there and try it, because that's the dumb question. If you don't try it, that's the question you never ask. Can I do it? Am I going to do it? That kind of thing. I don't mean to be like a motivational kind of thing, but that's how I've lived my whole life is, well, if I don't try, I won't know, right? How do you know until you try? So, you know, that's a big thing with learning. So if you don't know something, please ask the questions. You know, does this do some kind of secret thing when you hold these down? I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but maybe that does. But I know that when you click this and click this, it doesn't do anything anymore, see? So they took that out, which is good, because that caused a lot of headache for a lot of people, to where everything now is on the screen. You don't have to click to see the voltage. And you just go like that, boom, and you're done. Now there's a button for it, so you don't have to combination this and then, you know, everything is more right there. But if you don't ask those questions of how to do that, you never would have found that hidden menu. This channel wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the E3600LFP, and I'll say that till the end of this channel, if it ever ends. That power station, that mistake, that thing that I learned that no one else seemed to know, all the reviews, they didn't have any idea about it. And that's how you set up the batteries in that system. And if nobody knew, well, that information is useless, right? If nobody knows it. So like, what are you going to do with the information if you don't utilize it? So once we figured that out and got the cascading cables working, and we tried to help Pecron learn more from their first system, and now look at what we got. Look at this. I mean, in 2 years, I don't want to pat myself on the shoulder, but this community has helped this company get better. This community has helped Bluetti get better. This community has helped Allpowers and Bougerv get better, because your comments, your experiences, your tests, your theories, your ideas, your questions have done nothing but better this industry. Because if you could find a better way to do something, get on the horse and ride, man. Let's get it done. I mean, holy crap, Zilla. I know that sounds motivational, and I apologize, but that's a big thing, guys. These systems are here today because of us, all of us, as a group. The entire solar power community says, hey, you know, XYZ company, what the heck is with the 65 watts? This is supposed to be 100. You better get on the ball and fix it. And they did. So if you don't step up and ask the question, or you know, demand an answer to the question, you'll never get the answer. You'll never get it. So, oh, look at, we're getting there. Oh yeah, buddy, we're 33 watts away from 1,500 watts coming in through the top. I can't believe that. Remember, this can go up to 2,400 watts. God, that is, wow. Imagine where we're going to be in 5 years, guys. This is, what an exciting time to be alive. A lot of turmoil going on in the world. I understand that. Ooh, 30 watts. A lot of turmoil going on in the world. But sometimes you got to take a break from the news and all the craziness that's going on and just try to live again. Just a regular, happy, normal, everyday kind of fun. You know, find a hobby like this, and it really makes you want to get up out of bed in the morning and go, I'm going to go watch the solar panel. You know, 10 years ago, that would have sounded weird to me, where, you know, you're the old guy watching the grass grow. I didn't want to be that guy, but now I get up every morning and I watch solar power. Look at, like, I watch the meter. It became like a game to me. You know, get the highest number, get the highest score. It became a video game. So your hobby and your passion in life, man, if you could do it, do it. Do whatever you want to do it. Seriously, holy cow. Holy crap, Zilla. Inspirational speech by Ramblin Bob. Do it. Get out there and do it. Remember Nike? Just do it. So get out there and do it. Try it. At least try it. Here, 25. Guys, we're going to hit it. We're going to hit 15. Holy cow, I'm so excited. Here, 19. We're 19. See that? Those panels are starting to go. We're 19. Oh, it was 16 there. We're 25 away from 1,500 watts coming in up here, and that is 382 way over there. So we're getting there. Holy, in real time you're watching this. This is a long video, but like I said, who cares? This is fun to watch. At least for me it is. I'll watch my own videos back, because there's things I learned from watching old videos that I did, or we did, and I go, you know, there's a better way to do that. And then you make a new video, you make an updated video, and now this becomes a database of, that's what he learned then, and this is what he learned to better this situation now. So you can have that learning curve stage knocked out, because other people can go to your updated video and go, oh, that's what he did before. Well, this works better. Why would I go watch the old video? That's why I make an updated video. So very, very cool, guys. Man, we're just, oh, I want to get there. 116.6 on the charging board temperatures. I think those are here and here, but I'm not sure. I don't know where they are in here. On the old system, oh, see, now there's more heat coming in, because we're going up a little bit here. See, there's my Memorex test. See how it's going sideways? I don't know if you can see that. It's starting to wave. See that? It's sideways. Is it live, or is it Pecron? Is it live, or is it Pecron? I don't know. But so that's getting up a little bit hotter now as that power is coming in. And remember, this can go to 2,400 watts. Boy, that's exciting. That just to hear that number is like, it wasn't even obtainable on the other system. The most we got in this system was 2,000 watts, and we had to rig it. We had to do 600, 600, and 400, and 400. So that's 2,000 watts, and then you had to wait for the power meter. The system works, but the power meter was goofy. I had to wait for it to reset. Once it's fully full, it had to finalize and reset the power meter. It's a pain in the butt, but it did work. So basically, it would stop at like 82 or wherever you stopped at, because it's full, but the power meter didn't realize it's full. So then every minute or 2 or 3, it would go up 1%, and it would say 82, 83, 84, and then once I got to 100, it reset itself. But you had to wait. Now this one, the E3600LFP, Pecron fixed that. They fixed that, so it updated on the fly when you use the batteries. It didn't show in, like in here, it doesn't show the power coming into the batteries, but this meter, this one updates, so it updates on the fly. So Pecron is going in the right direction, and that's all you can ask. That's all you can ask is get your product better. That's it. Oh, look at 17. Man, we're almost to 1,500 watts at 10:46 a.m. I think we're going to fill this. And then I have a backup plan already, guys, because I know we're going to overflow this in no time. Look, we have 15%, and this 9,000 watt system, it'll be full. I think we were down to 66% when we started this video. What I'm going to do is, guys, this system over here, let's turn on in real time. This system over here still works good as the day I bought it, still fine. A little dusty though, because it's been here for 2 years. Okay, so everything's turning on here. We're at 36%, and what I can do is charge from here now over into these charging things through the Pecron charging bricks. So any energy that comes in here, I'll put it into, like I did this one yesterday. I did the E1500 yesterday down here. That's 100% already because it overflowed. And then now I'm going to overflow the energy into this one. So awesome, awesome. When you can have that much power coming in, guys, it is just a win-win. Hold on, let me grab one of those charging bricks by Pecron, because you need that for the older system. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, I've been sitting on the floor too long. My knees are just beat. Let me find the Pecron chargers here. Your Pecron chargers. Okay. We put everything in the box. Everything has a place. Was it a place for everything, and everything in its place? And then we're 17 watts away. We're getting there. So we can do. This is the E3600LFP charging brick, which is I think a 400. The new one is only 300 watts. So take 15. We're getting there. So I can power dump kinda charge from this output over to the E2000, because otherwise I'll lose it, right? If you don't use it on heaters or something like that, you're gonna lose it and throw it away. So there's no sense of doing that. And then there's the original one, which was this one. This is the original Pecron E2000. I call it the lunchbox, as you can see why. We deemed it we coined it the lunchbox. And this looks like something that my dad would have when I was 10. But they updated that, and they have a new version of that. If you don't have it, guys, I highly recommend it. It's 150 bucks on Pecron's website. If you're a first-time customer, that Go Green code will get you 5% off that. So you save about the $7.50, a little bit, but throw it in the gas tank, right? Oh, look, guys, we're 4 watts off here. Look at 15. Woohoo, guys, my timing. 1,500 watts. We just hit 1,500 watts. Bam, on this system. Let's see what we got coming in here. We got 1150 on this one, so we're 50 watts away from maxing out this. Awesome. Ooh, 47 away. And then this is 344. It's still going up. The sun is still not on those panels yet. I have them set in the backyard, in the lot there, where normally about 11 or 12 they're fully exposed. So we still got time on that one. But notice it's been going up. But look at this one, guys. Wowie, zowie, zowie. We're almost there. So Pecron made a new one, which is this one, and this is an updated version for their E2000LFP. I highly recommend this, even if you have the E1500, or if you have any other, like the batteries. You can put these in the batteries, guys. So if you had a few of these, you can charge a batteries, one in each battery. The voltage is within the parameters, and the pin is the same as a 5-pin, so you charge all your batteries with one of these. Very cool, very cool. And that way you can hurry up and charge and get out of Dodge. So very cool. We're 40 or 50 watts away. And then this one I'm going to power dump from this system into the E2000LFP. So maybe I'll do that in real time here. if we max it out. I don't know if the video is going to be that long, but you know, Ramblin Bob, who knows? It could be hours. You know, it's kind of like a live stream without having a live stream. You know, it's very long. Let's see here. But like I said, even though this video is pre-recorded, the chat is live. So you know, if you have a question, ask it. You know, we'll answer it in real time if we know the answer. You know, we're happy to answer here. Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. This hasn't moved yet, but remember, we're 1500 watts total power. Wow, does that feel good to see that, guys? That means we're getting in almost 1900 watts total in the system, and this is able to handle. Oh, let's do the temperature. It feels like it's getting a little warm now. Let's see here. I gotta get it on that line there, right there. 87. Wow. Okay, so it felt warmer than it did. 86. Yeah. Yeah, you can feel like inside the insulation. It's not. It's like lukewarm. Let's see. On the port, it's 94, and on the other port, it is 94. So the ports are the same. So we're gonna charge. We're gonna put this one in here, and then we're gonna use. Let me get a cord real quick, guys. Hold on, I gotta get a cord. Gotta get a cord. Okay. Let's see. This one, is this the right one? That's not the right one. What are you doing, Ramblin Bob? Okay, this one. So I'm gonna get a cord ready because we only have 14% until this is full. And I think we've been doing this now for, it's gotta be an hour and a half video. But like I said, who cares? I'll ramble all day. If you guys want to listen, I'll ramble all day. We all learn something. We all get to chat and have a wonderful community together, which I look forward to every day. Just talking to you guys and answering your comments and your questions and stuff. You know, a lot of people come on YouTube. They make videos. They get their views, and then you never hear from them. I'm more personable. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your experiences. I want to hear your techniques of how you're charging and how your system's working. Because like I said, you could teach me stuff as well as we teach each other. You know, that's what the community does. So I look forward to every day reading the comments. So leave a comment, even if you don't want to. Leave a comment. Say hello, and then the rest of the subscriber family will say, "Oh, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Who or wherever." And you know, that's what a community does. It builds up from that, and then next thing you know, you're in a chat room like we do at Bluetti every week, and you know, there's 100 people in there, and everybody knows everybody. It's really cool. So if you have a question, like if I go in there and I have a question, say, you know, well, with such and such system, what's the open voltage for the solar power? And like 5 people answer the question. You want to talk about real-time problem solving? A community is awesome. That's why we did this, to help people. So awesome, guys, we're almost there. If we could just max that out to 1200, I'll be losing, according to the rating, remember that's 1600 watts of panels, the RECs and series parallel. I'll be losing 400 watts on the panel, but like I said, you never really get what they're rated at. That's just the unfortunate reality of technology. When you do, you win the lottery. So if we can get 1200 out of 1600, I believe, what is that? That's 75%? My math is goofy here. Let's see, 12, that'd be 6/8. 6/8. Oh boy, that's a weird number, 6/8. I for some reason I can't figure out the percentage of that. I think that's like 70 to 80% somewhere in there, right? Is it? Am I wrong? Yeah. So that seems low, but like I said, it doesn't really start going until 1112. As you see, that's still going up here, 1162. But if we can max this out, or if we can see if this 1172, if this port can even hold 1200 watts. I'm assuming it will, because look, we're there. We're 28 watts away from. Oh, I heard a whistling outside or something. Yeah, we're about 30 watts away from maxing out this port. So that's a big thing. Boy, these fans are on now. Maybe that's it sounds like it's coming from outside. Oh yeah, okay. There's a train or something going by. Okay, down the road, or something with a whistle outside. Let's see here. Sometimes you'll get a whistle from a fan too. That's why I thought it was a fan. But here, let me check the fans in here. 102. The system is definitely doing its job. 109 on one side, and then 102 on the other side. So on the system, obviously, let me move this over so I can show you what I'm explaining. Let's see here. So on, I think I gotta go more here. Hold on. I got everything tethered together here. So on this system, because the boards, right, all these boards are warmer than obviously the back, because, yeah, see, the back is very cool. That's awesome, because I think I'm about 3 inches from the wall. Maybe I should do a little bit more, but just for safety, I think 6 inches, or I don't know. What's the safety on that? 6. This is just temporary, the setting here. But we're about 3, actually we're, yeah, maybe 4 inches from the wall. And I wonder if that's the whistling from the fan. Let's see here. Does it get louder, guys? Maybe it's just the natural whistling from a fan. You know, when air flows, it kind of whistles when it goes through holes. You know, hence why you whistle. You know, I can't whistle, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a fan, guys. Okay, well, there you go. Now we figured it out. I thought it was something outside, but that's what, like I said, that's what the real-time reviews are for, so we can figure this out in real time, and that way there's no scripts or changes or alterations or anything. Wow, I want to see that hit 1200. I really do. I really do. This has been pretty stagnant here for the last little while. It's been going up a little bit, but guys, we're there. If I see 1200 watts right there, man, I'll be happy. And then I could put 1200 here. Wow, you could do this whole, you could do, let's see, 2400 watts divided by 15, that would take about 7 hours. So that'd be tough to get in a solar day. However, if you brought in the other 1600 watts on 4 batteries, 400 each battery, now you're 4000 watts in, and times, that's 20,000 watt. Wow, I'm able to bring in what Will Prowse had on his driveway that day, 4,000. That's insane, guys. I was charging at 1,000 watts and I was happy with that. But now look at, I got 1500, and over there I got 300, and I think it was 390 I just saw. Yeah, but 387, 388. So about, let's round it up, about 400 watts over there, and 15. So that's 19. Oh, I'm pushing buttons here. That's 1900 watts I'm getting. Wow, it's just into one system. I mean, look at this number. Remember what that was? It was 66% when we first started. We went up 22% in an hour. And remember, this is a 9 kilowatt system. So once it's a 15 kilowatt system, it obviously not, it's not going to move that fast. But still, you could get some, man, you could get some stuff done. Look at it, it's 1550 watts a second ago. That's a lot of power. That's like pulling from the grid. You know, that's like charging it right from the wall, except, you know where that's coming from? From the sky. That is so cool, guys. It's free. 1500 or 1900 watts of free energy after you buy the batteries, of course, the solar panels. But once you have that, that's free energy. You know, 1 kilowatt costs us here in this neighborhood about 16.5 cents per kilowatt hour, 1000 watts. So this right here is 22 cents of power for the next hour. It doesn't sound like a lot, but times that by 5, that's $1. $1 a day, times that by 30. That's $30 a month, times that by 12, right? There's $400 a year in free energy coming in. Not to mention that 400 watts coming from that little bad boy over there. Like, yes, please, I'll take it. That'll pay for the system in no time. $400 a year in 5-6 years. The system, this whole system would probably be paid off, because remember, you're not getting in 1500 watts. I'm going to be getting 4,000. If I can max it out, 4,000. So that would be, holy crap, Zilla, let me do the math on this. I got to get my brain out here. 20, that would be, I'm gonna ballpark and say, if it's perfect days, that would be 25,000 watt hours a day. Just listen to what I just said. 25,000 watts a day. That would run any house in this country, I'm pretty sure, unless you're really super bourgeois up there with, you know, like the heater this and hot plate that, and you know, everything, spa, hot tub, and all that stuff. That's all electric, and heater and air conditioner, everything. But the average house, guys, man, that's, you could, man, I can't believe that with a little box like this you could power your whole house now. What a great time to be alive, seriously. All puns aside. Amazing technology, guys. I haven't been this impressed since RC cars made a comeback, and you can go 100 miles an hour with an RC car. That's crazy. My car doesn't even go 100 miles an hour, but my RC cars do. How does that make sense? I have no idea, but we're going backwards in life, I think, on technology sometimes. But Well, you don't want to go 100 with your car anyway, but once in a while. But I don't think my car could do 100. It'd probably fall apart. It'd shake and wiggle and fall apart. But this technology is just, it's getting so cool, guys. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I saw 1186. Did you see it, guys? This is pretty stagnant right here. So we have to, 361. See, as soon as I said something, there's my timing. It just jumped up another 10 watts. So maybe at 11 o'clock, you're going to see that start to rise here. It was 350 a minute ago. Now it's 360 almost. So you're going to start seeing this 11 o'clock should be when those panels are almost fully exposed. I think it was 11 to 11. I'm not sure. I thought it was 10:30, 11. But remember, the times change for the months. Ooh, 1186, guys. Guys, we're going to see it in real time. Guys, oh my gosh. Too much caffeine? Yes, please. Here, 14 watt. We need 14 more watts, guys. 14. Come on. Come on. Come on. We can do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. I wish Miss Ramblin Bob was here to see this, but she'll have to see it on the replay of this here. Let me have some soda real quick here. More caffeine. Oh, 1194, guys. 1194. Cheers to 1200 watts. Here we go. Come on. Come on, Pecron. Whip out your Pecron and use your power. That sounds so bad, guys. I'm sorry. I always think of Hovatech every time I hear Pecron. Look at 8 watts, guys. We're 8 watts away. I want to see that at 1200 watts. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me move it really close. I want you guys to see it. We have to experience this in real time here, guys. I want you to see 1200 watts in real time. 1186. Oh, 8. We're 8, guys. We're 8 watts away. We're 8. It is the finish line of this port. Holy crapzilla. Like, we are literally going to do it. We are going to get there. 1192. What's the battery pack? 90. Holy crapzilla. We're getting there. Right? Oh, well, I got lost. Okay. Let's see it, guys. Let's see it in real time. I know we can do this here, guys. I know we can. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I want to see 1200 watts, guys. I'll sit here all day until I see 1200 watts. So it better hit 1200 watts, otherwise I'll have a lot of explaining to do of why I sat here and stared at this meter all day here. But let's see here. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Here, 19.2 amps. Look, guys, we're 6 watts away. 19.2 amps. The cables are still fine. I hope I don't miss it by looking away. The cables are 94.6 is the same. Guys, I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to be able to max out 1200 watts. Look at, we were 6 watts away, guys. Holy crapzilla. I never thought I'd be rooting for electricity, guys, but I am rooting for electricity. It has been a hell of a 2 years. Holy crapzilla. Look at 6 watts, guys. Maybe that's as high as it goes. Let's see. I think that's acceptable, but I'd like to see 1200 watts. Come on, you can do it. 19.1 amps. That means that my cables are good enough and strong enough to withstand 20 amps of power. I was worried about that because 15 watts, you know, I was nervous with that, but I tested it. Now it's good, but now 20. So every time you up your system, you want to make sure you can handle it. That's the scary part, is when you try it for the first time. And this is the first time I've ever put that much power in one string like that, which is the 4 REC panels. And maybe I'll get another 4 REC panels. I think that'll be great. Bringing 2400 watts up here. Holy crapzilla, guys. That would be so awesome. All right. Yep, see here, 6 watts away. It doesn't seem to go any higher than 1194. If you guys got more than 1194 in your system, if you're able and lucky enough to max that out, please let me know. I'd love to know. I'd love to see it. Come on, you can do 1200. Come on, you're there. All you got to do is power spike once. I'll be happy with a power spike. Just let me see 1200 on a meter. Boy, is it solid at 1188 now. Let's see. Yep, 1194. It seems to be, yeah, it seems to be that's most that it'll do is 1194. But let's wait a few more minutes here. I mean, we've been waiting an hour or an hour or longer, so let's see. 1188, 19.1 amps. See, 1194. It seems to stop at 1194. I think, guys, I think it's maxed out. I could be wrong. I think it's maxed out. Yep, 1194. So I think I'm going to go ahead and say in all fairness, I think we maxed out this port. I think we did, which is amazing. That's amazing. 1552 watts coming in plus 400 watts from the other array down there. Let me back this up here. Yep, it seems to stop at 1194. Let me know, guys, if you got higher than 1194. That's my high score. See if you can beat my high score, and then you can put your name in the little things on the screen there. You know, like a video game where you put your name in there. That was the best time in video games, where everyone in town knew that you got that high score. That was awesome. And then you'd have a crazy name, those 3 letters. Yep, it seems to max out 19.1 amps at 1194. So maybe that's as high as the port will go, 19.1 amps at 1194. Let me know if you get any higher. Obviously, if you do the voltage higher, you probably have a better chance of getting it with less heat. Like if you doubled this to 120, man, it's that crazy. Double it to 120 and you drop the amps down to only about 9 or 10, much better for the lines, because the voltage doesn't create the heat like the amps do. The amperage makes the heat, it seems. So, and then this is 360, so this hasn't changed yet. I'm going to run in the other room real quick. I want to see, I want to look out the window and see where the sun is for the Harbor Freights, and see, it seems like they're going up, but very, very slowly. So let me see where the sun is. I don't think, they're obviously not fully exposed, because that's nowhere near what those panels can do. So keep watching that, 1194. If you guys see 1200 and I'm not here, I want you to make a lot of noise, but I won't hear it, but just make a lot of noise. All right, let me go check. Give me like 10 seconds. I gotta run to the other window in the other room. So hold on 1 second, okay? Okay, guys, so all of the Harbor Freights are fully exposed, but as I said before, they're like this, and the sun is like way over here. You know, it's not here, it's like here, you know what I mean? So it has to still move, and here is probably like 12 or 1 o'clock, where it's like the best angle that I could get, and that's usually what, see, it's kind of going up a little bit. So every once in a while you'll see it kind of go up 1 or 2 more watts, and I promise, what I'm probably, oh, guys, 1197, holy holy crap, Zilla, I just choked. 1197, that caught me off guard. Maybe we can hit the 1200 watts, 1197. Okay, so guys, I got higher than 11. Guys, did it hit 1200 when I was gone? You guys have a secret you didn't tell me? Please let me know. Let me know. I want to see this hit 1200. I think that would be the most exciting thing ever for this system so far. I need 3 flipping watts. Come on, we can do this. Guys, borrow me 3 watts. I'll pay you back. 3 watts. I need 3 watts. Come on. Root for me. I know you're sitting in your chair right now and you're drinking your ice cold Dr. Pepper and eating popcorn and watching and see if Ramblin Bob can hit that 1200. We can do it, guys. We can do it. As a team, we can do it. Or just, guys, borrow me 3 watts. I'll pay you back Tuesday. Do you guys remember Wimpy from Popeye? If you borrow me a hamburger, I'll pay you back on Tuesday or something like that. If you give me something like that, borrow me a hamburger. Borrow me 3 watts, guys. I need 3 watts. I could take, see, that was 360 a little while ago. Now it's 374. So that's continuously during the day gonna more and more. 1195. And the power of the board is only 116.6, which seems warm, but definitely within the parameters of here, 118.4. So like I said, you can go up to like I think it was 120 before you start really wanting to watch it. I think, according to what I learned from HomePotech. Oh, guys, did you see that? 1199. Guys. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Sorry, guys, I'm excited. 1199. There it is, guys. 11. Guys, we need 1 bar. Guys, throw me a watt. Somebody throw me a watt. Come on. Somebody throw me a watt. Seriously. We are there, guys. We are literally 3 watts away. We were there. 1199. 1 watt away from the home run winning grand slam hit of 1200 watts for that port. That's absurd to me to think about that much power going in a little cord like this. Wow. You would think that that's a heater. Look at 1199. Guys, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Come on. This is going to be like 20 minutes of like, yeah, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Be a motivational tape. Yeah, you can do it. Or someone borrow me a watt. Someone give me 1 watt. We're 1 watt. I can't believe we're 3 watts away. We're 1 watt away from 1200. at least on the meter. Maybe it'll go over it. Boy, talk about icing on the cake. But I'll be happy. I'm happy with that. But if I can get 1200, boy, that'll be the most I've ever brought in from one string on one system. Like, even if it stays there all day, holy crap. So guys, look at this. Is like 92%. This was 66% when we started, you know. This is crazy of how fast it's going. I can't wait to get those other two. Oh, I screwed up something. I can't wait to get the other batteries here. What if I just play the drums? Okay, that doesn't help. I thought maybe it would help. Alakazam, bam, 1200. Come on, guys. Somebody borrow me a couple watts out there. Put a watt in the comment section. Throw me a couple watts. So I know we can do it. I know we can. See, that's 376 now. It was, so that's still going up. Guys. Step. Guys, look. Did you see it? 1202 watts. Guys, I saw it. I have saw the promised land. My day is complete, guys. I saw the Pecron E3600, and yes, I get excited over the small stuff, but to me that's not small. Guys, I got excited over 1200 watts from my new our new E3600 LFP system on one channel. Holy crapzilla. Say it with me, guys. Holy crapzilla. That is amazing. Look at 1202. Guys, you see it? 1202. We got it again. We did it. We hit 1200 watts on one port, and if I can do that again here, holy crapzilla, I can get this system charged in a day with the help of the batteries. Holy crapzilla, guys. So 1202, guys, do you see it? Man, guys, here, I got to move you closer. I gotta. Hold on. Hang on. Somebody was nice enough to borrow me a watt. Look at 1202, guys. Look at that, 1202. 18 amps at 1202. 66.7, 66.8 it was voltage, working voltage. Holy crapzilla, guys, we literally got it. 1560 watts coming in. This will be more. And I could pause the video now and then wait until these get better and I can show you both. But holy cow, guys, was this a marathon or what? I literally stared at a system for almost an hour, or who knows, two, who knows. But I accomplished my goal. I stuck with it, and I was able to figure out a way to utilize. Oh wait, now that we got 1200 watts coming in, let's check temperatures. Temps 96, so it went up about what, 1-2 degrees, about 2. And then the other one is 95, so I think I'll say 96. Yeah, 95.7, 95.8. So here, I see it in real time. 94, 95, and then the other one is 96. 96. Now, I saw 98 up there. I saw 97, 90. Yeah, I saw 98. But guys, look at the power we're bringing in. 1200 watts, 1204. Guys, a new record. A new record. Holy crapzilla. Guys, do me a favor. If you're watching this video, the highest number that you saw, if you can see that, please write it in the comment section. We hit 1204 watts for this port alone on 4 REC panels at 1600 watts a panel. So we're losing about 400 watts of panels because it maxes out, but I'm okay with that because on more cloudy days that number will be higher than if we just had 1200 watts, and then we're bringing in boy, we're seeing that 1200 number over and over. So this is awesome. I wish, oh, here, Ramblin Bobcat's here. Hi, Mrs. Ramblin Bobcat. Here, let's say hi. Here we go. Look at this. Mrs. Ramblin Bobcat's here. Can you see the camera? I think she knows that the camera's on her, guys. All right, you want to go up here? Okay, you want to go up here? Okay. All right, she's gonna stare out the window, guys. We'll back this up so you can see Mrs. Ramblin Bobcat up there. She's kind of chilling. Well, excuse me, guys. It is dusty in here. Yep. Okay, so she's happy. See? Yep, she's happy. She's meowing, and she's staring out the window into the lot there. And now we're watching. Guys, I showed you this, right? I showed you on the other side of this. I showed you that's our cables. I call it the Bluetti spaghetti. look at the cables that we have. Holy crap. So that's for all the systems, and we keep one of every cable, or sometimes two, and that way we know exactly where they are if we want to charge or power dump or do whatever with the system here. So we're gonna let Mrs. Rambling Bobcat sit up here. Watch, listen. Oh, she didn't do it. She's shedding. Oh, you're shedding today, kiddo. It's okay. It's okay. Boy, look at that guy. She's shedding. Holy cow. Mrs. Rambling Bobcat, we hit 1200 watts. So when Mrs. Rambling Bob, you know, comes in here and, hello. As soon as, oh, here, she's lovable now. As soon as Mrs. Rambling, oh, she's coming down. There, she's on the E50. Let's track her. Okay, she's gone. All right. Yeah, as soon as she gets up, she sees this video, she's going to be impressed too that we were able to bring in 1200 watts on one array, and now we can bring in 1200 watts. And that is, Jasonoid, I have to take your comment to heart here. Awesome. You warned me about the charging feature of this thing for the solar charging. It is everything, and like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread for a mobile system that I've seen. That is a lot of power to bring in a little box like this that I can literally unplug, take this and walk away with it, put it back up in literally seconds, probably, I don't know, a minute at most. I can carry all three of these to the next room, plug them back in, and then have this much power in a little. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Holy crap, Zilla, that's crazy. 118.4 1200 watts, 375. What I'm going to do now, 1570. So remember these numbers, guys. 1575, and we're using about 160. That's not important, but it's there. And 400 watts coming in from over there. So that's 1970 watts coming in. So almost we're almost at the 2000 watt for the entire system. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to wait till maybe 11:30. I know I said I wasn't going to pause it, but it's a very long video, and I'm out of Dr. Pepper. I got to go get another one. It's empty. So I'm going to come back and we're going to see when the Harbor Freight panels get up there, and then we're going to see what that does. So let's see. Let's put that there. See, they're only at 367. So when I come back, you'll see this higher. I'm going to pause for a few minutes and take a break. I'm going to hopefully wake up Miss Rambling Bob, and because like I said, she worked very late last night. And look at 1200, guys. 1206. Guys, 1206. Holy cow, I don't even want to stop it. 1206, that's the highest I've ever seen it for this system. That's world record here. You saw it first here. One line here, 1206 watts. Let me know if you got higher, because I'm going to keep looking at that. But all right, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to go get Mrs. Rambling Bob up and see if she's awake enough to want to do this here. 1200 watts. Yeah, buddy. Jasonoid. Yeah, buddy. Awesome, awesome. This is a good system, guys. I like it a lot. I like the other ones, but I really like this one. Like really, really, really. Okay, I'm going to pause it, guys. I'll be right back. For me, it'll be probably 15 minutes to a half an hour. For you, it'll be like that. So I'll be right back, guys, okay? Okay, guys. Guess who's here?
Hello.
Mrs. Sleeping Rambling Bobcat Woman. She's here.
Huh?
So, she slept through all this, guys. She had a very late night of work, and I think she worked till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So she's got a very strenuous job. So she's up till like real late at night. But guys, so I had to come back. I wanted to go a little bit longer with this video, but guys, I can't. We're on limitations, and let me explain. We're at 96%.
Mm-hmm.
So in a matter of minutes, we don't have anywhere to go with all this power. Guys, it's 11:23. It's not even noon yet, and we're done. This whole system went from 66% all the way to 100 in before noon. So that's not even a whole solar day. That's only like 2 hours of solar day. We got 3 hours left. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask Miss Rambling Bob if she could grab that port right there from that battery. Matter of fact, I'll just take this one. If you want to take that off of that thing. And so we're going to drop the 400 watts from the system. We're going to run it over this way, and we're going to put this into the E3600LFP.
Another one.
Yeah, because that's 400 watts we're going to lose, guys. We're still bringing it, look, we're bringing in almost 1600 watts. Oh, I want to redo something. I found out something new with the, see, we're at the 400 now. That'll get to 500 guaranteed. All right, 600, sorry. So that'd be 1800 watts for these two. I want to show her something exciting that I found that she wasn't, yeah, not even warm. So Amazing. And
Yeah.
then this is coming in at 370. So that's you know, working that 400 watts. As you can see, it's almost 380. That's the 400 watts that we're losing. That's 48 volt battery pack, and that's a 24, so you lose a little bit more in conversion there because that's a down step it. But this is something that I found out. Do you remember? Let's see if Mrs. Ramblin Bob knows. Between this button and this button, how many buttons do you see?
2.
Okay, so there's 2. That's what I thought too. I didn't see it in the owner's manual or the instruction book. Watch this. If I click the top, that's a button. They're halfy buttons. So that goes to this one. Then if you go to the bottom, that goes to this one.
Yeah. No, I think I found that.
And then this one goes to the third one. And then this one goes to the fourth one. I didn't know that.
I was gonna say, does it go to the fourth one?
Yeah, and then this one goes to the fifth one. So if you push the one up here, no, I'm just kidding. So,
What?
so, yeah, guys, we only have 4% left. So I don't want to, but I have to end this video because where are we gonna put the power? Oh my gosh, we got beautiful power coming in. I'm gonna take this over here, and I'm gonna power charge with that Pecron brick into the E3600LFP because, guys, like I said, we have nowhere to go with it. You know, it's been very, very rare when I said we have too much power coming in. Have you ever heard me say that? We have too much power coming in?
No.
I don't think we've ever said that. But until we get those other 2 batteries, guys, that other 6,000, was it 6,144 watt hours? Not that I'm keeping track. We have nowhere to go with this, guys. So now I'm bringing in on the E3600LFP. Look at 900 watts about, and that's 600 through. See, the inverter's working a little bit. Oops, sorry. The inverter's working a little bit now, so it's almost 800 watts on the inverter. Notice that this thing can go all the way. Isn't that crazy?
All that power and the fan thing still didn't turn on.
But it's not hot.
I know.
That's the crazy thing. The system just is not getting hot. Here,
Yeah.
let's see here. Temperature 118.4. That's warm, but it's not dangerous, right? And then you have, let's see, 104 on the exhaust. So like the exhaust is doing its job. 105. So I mean, the exhaust is doing its job. So, but the fan thing doesn't turn on. I noticed that. So that's some of the things that I've been playing with this the entire time. I've been telling the people that I whipped out my Pecron and I played with it all day. So it sounds bad, but that's a joke owed to Oukitel. So she doesn't remember.
You did it on camera though?
No. Guys, I never played with my Pecron. Well, I am playing with my Pecron on camera.
Yeah, you
guys,
are.
this is the Oukitel joke that I will not let. I won't let go because it was funny. Because guys, you named your system Pecron. In the United States, we make fun of names. That's just it's what we do. Like that's a job reference actually. So. He always says it's time to whip out our Pecrons. Oh, and then remember he goes, and we're gonna do our double capacity bam test. And it just sounds so nasty, but that's a running joke on Oukitel's channel. It's very funny. But I thought you'd get a kick out of that. She obviously wasn't ready for that joke. She just woke up. But here, 923 watts over here. So we have power coming in on the solar, and then that 500 and whatever coming in from this bad boy right here. So we're doing something with the power because, like I said, we have 1,600 watts coming in almost, and we're throwing away. We're throwing away 700 watts. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. What's going into the E2000? But think of the power once this is full. Look at the power you would have lost.
I'm gonna charge my Pecron with my Pecron and my Pecron.
I'm charging my Pecron with that Pecron. We're using it's Pecron charging. It's guys. These numbers are getting to be really exciting because, like I said, in 4% we're full. Look at. We got 99, 94, 97. Obviously, now these are going to balance better because we took the power away from that bottom one. And I found out what these are. Remember the little lightning bolts?
Oh, please tell me.
Yeah, that means that those are charging. It's as simple as that. And the reason we didn't notice it is because notice how they're on all the time? So the only reason I noticed them is I saw them flash on when they spot charged, when they finalized. So otherwise, you don't really, like if something's on all the time, it's hidden in plain sight, you don't really notice it. But if it goes like this and flashes, then you notice it. So I found out what that is. That just means that battery's charging. So
They couldn't put that in the instruction manual?
I'm saying Pecron, write it on your Pecron. Okay, so here's the crazy thing, guys. So if you had out of these 4 batteries, not this battery, but or even this battery, if you had, like, say battery, like when we get battery number 5, which is battery number 3 on here, don't ask, it's confusing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how I would label them, or host, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But or I would have just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 'Cause
Unless it's host and then 0.
Yep.
Oh.
Host and then 0. Who starts on 0, guys? Seriously, when you count, you start on 1, right? I asked you the other day, so who starts on 0?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So who starts on 0? So I guess batteries start on 0, I guess.
thought about that more.
Because
I was like, when you give away medals, you don't give out like 0 place and then 1st place and 2nd place. You give out 1st place.
So, well,
Counting.
don't say that, because they probably will start giving out 0 place, which is higher than, you know, like A plus 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 A plus.
Well, I said it already.
Yeah, you patented it.
Yep.
Okay, we patented the 0, guys. For the Olympics now, there's now was it? There's gold, silver, and bronze, right? Now there's platinum, gold, silver, and oh, wait,
Platinum.
wait, do you hear that? Oh, that's this one.
That's your
Guys,
break.
I got excited. This fan turned on. I got excited. I'm like, I hear the fan. I hear the fan. Yeah, this thing gets noisy. Okay, so
That's
that's
your
this one.
lunchbox.
Yeah. No, this is the updated lunchbox, the newer one. This is the
Right,
one that
yeah,
people
yeah.
should buy because it's much more efficient and better. No jokes. I have videos proving this. This is more efficient than the old original lunchbox. So if you're going to get one, guys, to charge your batteries or your system, get this one. Don't get the old lunchbox. I don't think they sell it anymore. But if you have a chance to buy the lunchbox, pass on it and get the new one. It's much more
Or
efficient.
upgrade, you know.
Upgrade or upgrade. Yep. Okay, so I would do that. Here's the wattage here, or not wattage, the temperature. I've been yapping for about 2 hours. Yeah, these guys will back me up on it. I've been yapping all morning, but I can't stop talking about my Pecron. I found it. I want to use it. That sounds so bad. It sounds so bad. That's an ode to Hobotech.
You just found it now?
Yeah, a little late in life. But look at that, 924 watts going into this, which means technically we could almost, that's at 37%, guys. So we could literally put all the power from here into that one. And if we wanted to, we could take some of the solar off and throw it in there, because remember, that can handle up to 80 watts as well on this system. But I never thought I'd say I have too much power, and I don't think I would say that if we had the other 2 batteries, because then obviously it would take a whole day to get those batteries up and going. But yeah, I wanted to finish it there, guys, because there's really, at least on this video, I almost fell over. I've been sitting for a long time. My knees are shot. At least for this video, guys, there's nowhere to go. We're 3% till we're done. We might as well stay till it's 100. Just to, you know, finalize the video. We're pulling in 600 watts, 1600 watts, and notice we're 413. What?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll go home.
Okay.
Doesn't it say there's 22 minutes left till it's full though?
Yep.
Yeah?
Because remember, see, 20. That's gonna drop quick. Yeah, that's gonna drop real quick. Yep.
Yeah,
So.
I was like, that's
And
20 minutes.
the reason this is a little, see how it dropped very quick? The reason it's doing that is because if you look here, this is 99, 95, and 98, so this is the one that's throwing it off. Normally they'd all be about the same, but remember, I charged the top and the bottom, so the middle is the one lagging. I didn't have anything going into it.
Why
So-
is not the middle?
Well, because it's over here now.
Oh.
Like, we're wasting it. You know what I mean? Like, this is full already. In 19 minutes, according to this will be 100% done. And then what are we going to do with all that power? You're talking about 1,800 plus watts of power that we're just going to waste? I wish I could give it to the subscribers. You get a watt. We could be the Oprah Winfrey of watts. You get a watt. You get a watt. You get a watt. I mean, how cool? Watt? How cool would that be? Just hand out like little grab bags full of watts. Is that even possible? Little grab bag. Well, you can do grab bags full of power stations. Maybe if our channel gets big, we can do giveaways. I'd love to do that one day. Oh my gosh, guys, help me get the channel big so we can do giveaways. I want to give away systems. I want to talk to the companies and say, you guys should have a thing where we do a video. You guys will sponsor it, whatever company, we don't care. And then we say, whoever wins the contest, whether it's we pick a winner or they pick a winner or it's random or a wheel or whatever, and then they get a system from the company. Would that be cool? Even if a small company or a small power station, it'd be awesome. What'd you notice?
You said 20? And then it's at 19 again?
Yep, see, remember, because it's balancing. It's balancing. So this will change all the time depending on, and remember how much power you're pulling out as well will affect that too. Because out of that 1600 watts, we're eating up 800 of that through charge through.
Do you know what it reminds me of though?
What?
When I was young,
Wait, what? Did you hear it? What? You get it? What?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. She just woke up, guys.
So when I was young, we used to travel and we had the GPS up, and you know how it says like ETA, like.
Oh yeah, it'll change.
Yeah, and I used to look over at it and say, okay, it says this time now, and I would check again, and of course it would be different.
Do you know why it changes on a GPS?
Because it's like guessing, and it's like, I don't know, maybe.
Because your speed is changing.
No.
Every time you change 1 mile an hour, that could affect your ETA.
I wasn't driving, but I never changed it.
No, but you probably couldn't see the what is it called? The speedometer. Yep.
No.
Every time you change 1 mile an hour, the ETA could change.
That was how I entertained myself, though.
99, 96, 98. Yeah, well, I know. I get. You know what I used to do? I used to put my hand out the window as a kid, and every time a light pole came, I would go like this.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
No.
Did we all do that?
Yeah.
Was that like a secret thing?
Mm-hmm.
That was like a secret gang that we were all in, and really nobody knew that they were in a gang. But it was like you go like this. It was like a club. You know, you jump over, like here comes the power line, you like jump. You know, like I don't know why I did that, but you know, you'd follow the electric line and you go like this. So who knows that we fell in love with electricity before we even knew how to use
But mine
electricity.
wasn't like this, it was like this, and it was.
Oh, you do the Running Man?
It was going.
Look at that, guys. Okay, I did it like this. I did it like this. It's kind of like, you know, that's a part of me that'll never die, guys. Is the kid inside me sometimes comes out where you're driving and you put your hand out the window and you go like this with the wind. It just it's a feeling of freedom or something. I don't know. I've always liked that since a kid. It's just a good feeling, right? You put your hand out and you kind of go like this, and people look at you like you're crazy or going goofy or something. And it's like, no, this is just something you did on your bike when you rode your bike and you did no hands and you go like this with the wind. It's just.
I never no hands.
Oh, do you know who else did that? Famous movie reference. You ready? The Titanic. You remember why I call it Titanic? Because it sank. That's a bad joke. But in the Titanic movie, remember when Celine Dion was doing the la 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 in the background, that song, and what's her name? Rosendale? What was her name?
Yep.
Was it Rosendale? Really?
I don't know.
Okay.
Rose.
Rose? Yeah. Rose, she's up on the ship there, and Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's up there, he's holding her, and we were all like, push her in, and they were like, no, don't do that. Remember? And she put her arms up like that. So, yeah.
But she didn't do little floaty hands.
No, but she wanted to. Yeah, she did.
No.
I talked to her. She wanted to.
No.
She wanted to do the floaty hands. She did.
No.
But she couldn't because the people that made, I don't know, this is just a story, guys. But the people who made the movie, they said, no, don't do floaty hands because that's bad. So they didn't do floaty hands. But I would have did the Running Man. You know, imagine here the Titanic, guys. Here's a joke while we're waiting for the last couple of months. So here in the end of the Titanic, or was it the beginning of Titanic? No, it had to be the beginning because the end was bad. Yeah, because the boat was, you know, it's bad. So she's up there, and you know they're doing the famous love scene on the front of the Titanic movie.
It's too early for this.
And she goes like this with her fingers on both sides. Would you have laughed? I would have laughed. I would have laughed. My inner child would have been laughing.
Well, I would have been laughing because you can't run anyway. They're on
Should have been
water.
like this. Should have been like this.
Yeah, but they can't run
You
anyway.
can run over water?
No.
Jesus. Oh, snap. Gotcha.
No. They should be like this.
He walked over water, remember?
They'd be like this.
That's what they said.
They'd be like
Okay.
this because they're swimming.
Oh, okay. What was it like the breaststroke or something? What's it called? The breaststroke? Yeah.
I don't swim.
Yeah. Or what is that? The wave? I don't know.
Oh, the dolphin.
The dolphin. They make the weird little noises.
Yeah.
Boy, okay, we're getting a little, what is that? What is that? Stir crazy. Yeah, we're getting a little stir crazy.
I was going to say sidetracked, but yeah, that works.
You know what? In all honesty, guys, for the last probably
Whoa.
2 hours, I have been staring at numbers.
Did you see that?
What did I miss? Oh, here?
It went from 17 to 7.
Oh, yeah, like it? Yeah.
Wow.
See, that's because it's balancing. It's not sure. Yeah.
Not sure.
It's doing the fluctuation. Yeah, not sure. Guys, you ever see that movie Idiocracy? Sure, not sure. And then it's like, is this your name? And he goes, no. And he goes, not sure.
No, he was talking to the machine and he was like, I'm not sure if this is right, Bob. Like, he was like trying to like fully talk to it. It was like, okay, not sure.
Oh, do you know why? Because he had a, you know, I read to 2? You gotta have your tattoo. So, just, guys, if you want to watch a fun movie, which is unfortunately what we're living in now, in reality, it seems to be a documentary. Idiocracy from 2006. It stars Maya Rudolph and what's that other dude's name? It wasn't one of the Wilson brothers or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the Wilson dudes. It wasn't Owen, but the other Wilson dude.
It was
Luke, yeah, Luke Wilson and Maya Rudolph from Saturday Night Live, and I think Horatio Sands was in there from SNL, and it was just Terry Crews. You oh my gosh, you guys remember Friday? I'm getting tongue tied. Friday with Ice Cube and oh my gosh,
You lost me already.
what's his name?
No.
Chris Tucker, and the original Friday, and Terry Crews was a guy on the bicycle, and he would be like. His name was Debo, and he'd be like the clown, not the clown, the town bully or something like that, and he'd always pick on him and stuff. And like Chris Tucker's like, when he come around, I stop talking. When he leave, I be talking again. Like that, like there's famous references. That guy's in that movie too. Trust me, if you want to watch a fun, crazy dumb movie, you'll love that.
Do a whole other movie reference to reference a movie?
I did. That was a movie reference to a movie reference to another movie. Guys, we love movies here. I'm sorry. It's part of life. Get over it.
How can you go down to 7 minutes and now you're at 14?
I don't know. But here, look at, we got almost the 1200 coming in, and obviously, guys, when panels heat up, they slow down in the power generation. But
is it wrong? I was going to say they get warm.
No, that's exactly what happens when they get warm. Like, a lot of people don't know that when your car gets too warm, your car actually produces less power.
I was going to say
So
when
when
the panels heat up, they get warm.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's a true statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a true statement.
I thought that's what you were going to say.
When your engine gets warm, it runs really good. But when it gets too warm, it actually pulls back on power because it's overheating. And that's why you see the car on the side of the road with the, that steam where it goes psst, and it's steaming. That means it's too hot and it had to stop and cool down. Some cars will start on fire like that. I've seen that. It's very scary. Very scary. But, all right, guys, I don't know what else to do. I think we're there. I mean, what are we up to? We're up to 98%. That is what is that? It's running. We have the window open, guys. A little bug came in from outside. I tried to get it, but he's pretty quick. He's like the Terminator bug. But yeah, 12 minutes, guys. I think we'll end it there. We're putting in 800 watts over here on that system. This one way over here, and then this one is almost full. So, guys, there's really nothing more we can do today. I can't suck out like 5,000 or 6,000 watts of power so we can keep going. So we're gonna have to do this again another time, which is okay with me. I will do another video, not a problem. I will do one every week forever. This system, I always promised I'd make a lot because this is our biggest system now, and the system that's the most exciting obviously has your attention the most.
Just wait till we get the other 2 batteries.
Oh, guys, seriously. Oh my gosh, seriously. Guys, I want my Pecron, give me my 2 batteries, please.
Dad, we need to get another doily.
I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna poke you. Poke, Facebook poke.
Right.
I want my,
We need to get another.
Oh yeah, we have to go today. Today we're gonna go and we're gonna get another doily, guys. If you don't remember that joke,
you have to go find out.
these are called. Yeah, you have to go watch. But I'm explaining anyway. So.
Oh my God.
I can't help it. I can't hold a secret.
This
Okay,
I can't
these are dollies, and I call that a doily. So we're gonna go to Harbor Freight, and we're specifically gonna ask, do you guys sell doilies? And we're gonna see if they even get the joke. If they punch me in the nose, I'll show you my black eye. So, well, if you get punched in the nose, you get a black eye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, guys, if they punch me in the nose, I'll put that on video. If they understand it's a joke, then they'll point me over to the Martha Stewart section in Harbor Freight, where the doilies are, and then we'll get the same set. We have 4 already.
You know, we can put a doily on her dolly.
We can put a dolly on a doily.
No, why would you do that the way around?
We can do a doily and a dolly?
Yeah.
A dolly and a doily.
No.
Either way.
No.
All right, I just use napkins. I'm not fancy. Okay, guys, we're gonna leave it at that. We got 1,600 watts coming in here, and then I think we got 400 watts coming in from the panel. Plus, I'm drop charging over here this thing. So I don't know what else to do, guys. I'm at loss for words because we literally have a system now that we can. Holy crap, Zill! We can throw the wall at it. Like, I'm gonna end it there, guys. Okay, guys, say it with me. Ramble on, be safe, and we'll see you next time here at Ramblin Bob Reviews. Bye, guys.
Bye.